chat, how we doing? This is gonna be okay. Just to make sure y'all can hear me. Okay, yes, y'all can hear me. Good. Is this about to? It's about to be crazy because we are doing something different today. I've never seen somebody do this. We're gonna be binge watching every Milan Merg video. I'll people might be like, why aren't you doing Mr. Beast? Because Mr. Beast is horrible. No offense. I just don't watch that stuff anymore. I'm a little bit grown up. And yeah, I'm just gonna get straight to the thing because, well, we have 3 years worth of videos that we gotta watch. And I'm confused as to what some of this even is. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get straight to it. This is new. Oh, y'all can't even see my little thing. Hold up. I think y'all would. So additional settings. Oh. That's weird. It says additional settings, yes, capture that. That's weird. Okay, well. We're gonna go ahead and do it. My first day. I'll have to start this.
Today I'm going to be telling you guys about the first few days I started training at Subway and the absolute nightmare it was for me. I was a 15-year-old going into my senior year of high school, and I really need...
Actually, you know what? I should have done this. It's too late now. I've said, I'm going to make a playlist of all this. I should have done that a while ago. Because, well... It's 3 years worth of videos. It's going to take entirely too long. Oh, hey, you can see my cursor now. Alright, let's go.
Needed some quick and easy cash so I could do things with my friends. So my parents let me work at the Subway and take tips, and they'd give me money whenever I needed it. Well, fast forward to my first day of training, and it was a complete nightmare. I messed up 2 customers' orders in a row, and they both looked like they wanted to kill me, so that was my first impression of working at Subway.
That's me every time I mess up a video. I want to kill myself. I'm just joking. Yeah, you should not trust me when making sandwiches for you.
And then I had somebody ask me for a salad, and for some reason I poured too much spinach into it, and the customer just got so upset at me. So I was like, okay, maybe Subway isn't going to work out. But then I pushed through and got to the second day, and I messed up someone's pizza. I kind of burnt it. So it was just a complete nightmare for me. I never really wanted to go back. My parents told me, no, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You can't give up. It's an easy job. And I sort of took their word for it, so I kept going back, and I eventually started getting better. And I actually became friends with the customer who I burnt their sandwich and the customer whose salad I messed up. So it's really cool to see them. Quickly over time, I got a lot better and a lot faster. So if you're out there, you're trying to train for Subway, you're just trying to make it in the Subway world, dude, it takes time. Making sandwiches is so hard in the beginning, but once you get the hang of it, it just gets so much better and so much easier. If you actually need a job and you need some really easy money and you're 16 years old, you should try working at Subway. It's actually kind of fun. You get a lot of customers that are pretty friendly and pretty nice, and you get some pretty nice tips if I do say so myself. So yeah, if you're considering a job, make sure you put Subway on there. And if you need some tips for getting a job at Subway, I would say go in there head first, be confident, tell them that you want to make sandwiches and that you're good at it. You could even show them that you watch my TikToks, my YouTube videos, and you know how to make sandwiches already. And they'll probably give you the job, honestly, because Subways are always hiring. They always need some help, and you get pretty good hours if you get lucky and become friends with your managers. So yeah, it's honestly not even that hard of a job either. All you really have to do is make sandwiches, ring up sales, make veggies in the back, and just clean. So it's pretty nice for the money. You don't really get that busy, especially if you're working at night. And yeah, you got this. Go out there, get a job at Subway or wherever you want. Get past the training phase, and I promise, no matter what, it'll get a whole lot easier. Make sure you follow me on all my socials, my TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, everything. That's where I post additional content. And if you want to reach out to me, that's the best place to get to me. So peace and love, everybody. Have a great day.
All right. First one is done. We're not doing that. All right. It's going to get old really fast. Okay. So, okay, next up, drunk at
I had a video
Subway.
pop up on my YouTube recommendations about somebody getting high or drunk with their coworkers at Subway, and I thought this was a hilarious video, and I've had so many people in my real life ask me if I've ever gotten high or drunk while working at Subway, and, well, the answer is no. I don't think I'd ever risk that, and I think that's just like really irresponsible. But I've seen so many memes online, or had my friends actually tell me, like, is it true that all Subway workers are high 24/7? And from my experiences going to other Subways, oftentimes they're pretty good, but I've definitely run into a high Subway worker, and it's the funniest thing because the way that they make your sandwich is just like I don't even know how to explain it. It just makes it look so good, and you know that they have the munchies behind the counter, so they just want to eat your sandwich, and like to me that's okay. Like make a sandwich that you want to eat. You know, I don't know what I'm saying at this point, but yeah, I don't think I'd ever do anything to lose my job at Subway, even though my parents own it. I guess I can't lose my job, right? But like I think being high or drunk at work in general is probably one of the most irresponsible things you could do, and that's like the easiest way to ever get fired. And since we're on this topic, I wanted to bring up a story from Reddit that I found hilarious, and it kind of relates to this topic, so here it is. This story comes from Reddit user Jordan SM, and it's from 6 years ago, but I found this just so hilarious. The topic of the discussion was, for fast food drive-thru attendants, how do you deal with belligerently drunk drivers? Do you have any legal obligations? Have you ever called the cops on one? And this man said, a man pulled up to the window and gave me his money. He fumbled a bit, but I didn't think anything of it. I closed the window and opened the drawer to put the money back in. I turned back to him to give him his change, and this mother effer is licking the drive-thru window like a lollipop. We called the police. I don't know what I'd even do in that situation. I'd probably immediately take out my phone and just start filming him. But that's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Thank God I haven't really had to deal with anybody too crazy or belligerently drunk in my time at Subway, but there's definitely interesting characters coming in. I can't imagine what would happen if somebody started licking the front counter. You know, that would kind of be sus. But if you guys know any funny...
Alright, so you might be wondering, why was I looking over here and not over here at the video? We have tagged Malad in this. I doubt he's actually going to come by. If he does, I will be fairly surprised, but what can I say? It's going to be funny. If he does, I'll be actually, like, what am I can't talk, okay? I'm too distracted with what's over here, okay? So I'm just too distracted by that, but yeah, I just can't talk anymore. So yeah, we just tagged him. I'm gonna pray that he actually answers. Why does my mouth do this? Okay. I'm gonna be quiet now. Let's go.
Funny stories, let me know in the comments. And listen, if you have a job at Subway or a job in general, I don't recommend getting high or drunk at it. I think it's a terrible idea, and you're probably going to lose your job if you do it. But it could make for a funny story. So
Okay. Let's go ahead and head back. What is the ultimate Karen? Let's go.
you guys wanted a Karen story, so I'm going to give you guys the ultimate Karen story. This happened way before COVID ever happened, and it was still when dine-in was available at Subway. So this was probably my second or third year working, and some lady comes in. She orders a sandwich very normally, very nice at first, and then I put a little too much mayo on that sandwich, and she starts going ballistic. She's like,
I don't blame her. If you put too much like ranch on my, actually no, I like ranch. If I'm eating salad, I'm gonna put like a mountain of ranch. But I also love mayo, so if you put too much mayo on my sandwich, I wouldn't mind. Except for my sandwich, I don't get mayo. It's like number 12, I think, the Boss. You don't put mayo on that. You put straight meatballs, like provolone, artisan Italian bread. I don't know. Okay.
It's like, how do you put that much mayo on a sandwich? It's so disrespectful. Why don't you ask me? I'm like, lady, I'm sorry. I put a little too much mayo on it. I'll just spread it off with this here knife. Spread it off with the knife, and then it was easy sailing. I rang her up, gave her the sandwich. She went and sat down and ate it. And then she comes back to me about 5 minutes later with one bite left in her sandwich. And she goes, I found a hair in it. And it was clearly a woman's hair, same color as her hair. And I was like, you know what? I don't really want to give this lady a hard time. She's probably having a bad day, so I'll just give her the sandwich for free. And this lady had the nerve to go, you probably shouldn't be making sandwiches if you got hair in the sandwiches. Like, lady, I know it was you. And, yeah, that's the last time I ever saw her. I gave her money back. You know, I didn't really want to deal with it. And if you're out there, listen, go easy on your Subway workers. Please.
What is this? I'm actually confused as to what the heck that is. Okay, next is Well, I'm just happy that we have 1 minute, like just super short ones. That helps a whole lot.
Mr. Beast started selling cheeseburgers a few weeks ago, and the entire internet started going crazy. Just a few weeks ago, Mr. Beast decided to open up over 300 nationwide restaurants to sell his famed Mr. Beast burger, and it's actually kind of been nuts. What most people aren't talking about, though, is the impact it might have on fast food restaurants like Subway. But before we get into that, I want to make it clear, Mr. Beast is not selling these burgers in ghost restaurants. That means that these are all small businesses that are reaping the rewards, and Mr. Beast is actually doing a really good job for these businesses because they've been struggling with pandemic relief and they've been struggling with the harsh undertone of COVID-19, and my Subway can relate to that. We've been very dead because of COVID-19. So, Mr. Beast, you're doing a great thing with this project, and you're just a great person. Keep up the great work. Anyways, we've seen something pretty familiar to this already with the Travis Scott burger from McDonald's and the J Balvin burger as well. So, I'm really wondering what the future looks like for fast food restaurants partnering with people on YouTube or creators in general. I think there's a lot of potential in this space. Mr. Beast did it with small restaurants, but these fast food chains are going to jump onto this as soon as they can. I already know it. So Subway, if you're out there listening to this right now, we need to get the Malad sub on the menu. I'm telling you, it'll be a hit.
Quick Trip, if you're watching this, we just need to sponsor me, okay? Like, I can show you the CDT slushy. That is easy. It's 1/3 Dr. Pepper slush, Coke, then another third Coke, then the top third is Dr. Pepper. I'm telling you, that is fire. It's on my channel. It's on there. You just gotta go watch, and you'll see what I mean. It is so good.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you got something out of it, and be sure to check me on my other socials and subscribe for more content just like this one. Also, this sandwich came from this user in the comments, so comment what sandwich I should.
My order is Italian bread, not toasted and no cheese. Okay, you're horrible. Lettuce, cucumbers, jalapeno, yellow peppers. I think that they are called banana peppers and mayo. Okay.
I should make next, and be sure you're following me so I can pick you.
Okay. Next up is how to sub what?
You guys all ask for tips for getting started at Subway, so I thought I'd make a video about it. My first and biggest tip is take the training that they give you seriously. If you get the job, you have to literally memorize every single sandwich, and it comes in so handy during the job. You really don't have time to look at the little cheat sheet and determine what sandwich has what meats, but if you know them by heart, it makes your job so much easier. The next tip is to be careful with the knives. I've cut myself so many times with the knives just being reckless and rushing through sandwiches. Don't be afraid to take your time. The customer is there to watch you make a sandwich and eat it. They're not there to watch you make a show. So take your time.
I'm sorry, what is this stuff right here? What? I've never seen that. Okay.
Make the sandwich, cut your bread appropriately, and just don't worry if it takes you a lot of time in the beginning. It's supposed to take you a lot of time in the beginning. When I first started out...
Also, what is this background music? That's going to be the reason I get so much copyright in this. Because of the music you play in the background here.
It took me literally 5 to 10 minutes to make a single sandwich, but now I can make one in about a minute. So it's just all about practice. It's all about doing it over and over again and repetition. They say it takes 10,000 times to become a master at anything. So until you're at your 10,000th sandwich, don't expect to be a master at it. It takes a lot of time. I also recommend if you're working the closing shift, get all of your work done early so you can get out of there on time. It's always annoying when you're there working overtime because you're kind of just sitting in a dead store, it's laid out, and you just want to go home. So make sure you're doing everything an hour beforehand, like doing the garbage, putting out bread, filling the front, filling the sauces, just mopping, everything. If you're opening, then make sure you get there about 5 minutes early. It's the worst feeling when you have a customer standing outside the door when you're about to open because you have nothing prepared and you feel like you have to rush. So just try to get there 5 minutes early. It'll save you a lot of time. And lastly, get personal with your customers. Learn who they are. Become friends with them because a lot of people that you meet at Subway are potentially great connections for the future. There's a lot of great people that come into that door, and You never really know who you're going to meet. I've had NFL players come in, I've had doctors, I've had everyone come into the store, and everybody brings a very unique and cool story. So that kind of makes your shift a lot more entertaining, and when you talk to your customers, I guarantee that your shift is gonna fly by. Subscribe to the channel for more tips. I make videos like these every single day, and check out my other social media accounts. Leave a comment of what sandwich I should make next, and this sandwich comes from this user. Peace and love.
Please do me a diet sandwich. Please, please.
Everybody have a beautiful day.
Okay. I don't know what you put on there. I still don't know. These customers are the worst. The ones that don't get personal with you, like that you try getting personal with and they don't get personal back. That's me right there.
As a fast food employee, there's a number of things that kind of irk us, so I thought I'd go over a ton of them today. The first one is when you ask if our food is fresh. Of course it's fresh. I wouldn't be serving you stale food because that would make you not ever want to come back. It's always going to be fresh, and listen, I'm always going to try to do my best to make.
Well, I wish I could say that was true, but one time, it was like, this one time I ate Subway is the reason I hadn't eaten Subway until like last year for like 5 years. I got Subway. I was in a little town called Bristow, Oklahoma, okay? And, I was with my grandpa, and we went to the Subway. Get the power, we had a massive power outage. And the only place I was even serving food was Subway. So we went over there, we couldn't get it toasted, which might be one of the reasons. And yeah, I just get simple, like turkey, American cheese, mayo on white bread, because I didn't have taste buds back then. Oh my gosh, I ate it. I'm completely fine. I was completely fine, and I'm over here. I'm about halfway through the sandwich. I throw up all over the place, and I didn't feel sick. I didn't feel sick after it. I didn't say anything. My grandma just walked into the room and was like, what happened in here? I'm like, I don't even know. So, yeah. This is why I can't. This is why I didn't eat Subway for like 5 years until last year. Let's continue.
Make sure that you have the best experience possible. I'm not going to give you bad food. The next thing that we hate is when customers complain to us. I know that the prices are too high. I know that the lettuce is iceberg lettuce and not a different type of lettuce, but we can't control that. We're literally just here making sandwiches or for others making burgers or whatever, but we cannot control what is going on with the Subway location itself. We're just an employee. The next thing that I personally hate is when a customer tries rushing me. I know that you're in a hurry. Listen, if you're about to miss a flight, that's okay. You could tell me that at the beginning and I'll go as fast as I can, but you're here for a sandwich. You're here to get food, and to rush that process is very annoying to us fast food workers. The next thing that I think every single person that works at Subway absolutely hates is when a customer touches the glass. We literally clean that glass so often. Every single time you touch it and smudge it, we have to clean it again. Especially right now with COVID and just the state of the world, you cannot touch the glass. It will get us so upset. And the final thing that I'm going to talk about today that all of us fast food employees hate is when you tell us you order something and then you tell us later on that you didn't order that item. We're working with you the entire time. We're listening and writing down whatever you're ordering. And if you come to us at the end and tell us this isn't what I wanted, 99% of the time it is, and it just kind of irks us. Just double check what you're ordering, make sure that we can have as seamless of an interaction as possible and nobody gets hurt. Otherwise, all of that wasted product comes out of the fast food employee and the restaurant's paycheck. Make sure you follow me on all my socials, links are in the description, and comment what sandwich I should make next.
Well, I wish I could actually read that. Oh, he just subscribed for the free cookie. Next is I started beefing with Subway on TikTok. Okay, I'm about to start relating to this. Not Subway, just I've started beefing with so many people online. TikTok is one of the places that could easily happen as well. So
Okay, right now I'm kind of in a sticky situation, and this YouTube channel is perfect for moments like these because I can really speak my mind here and kind of tell everyone what's going on. So if you haven't noticed, in the past 48 hours, I went from taking down all of my videos, calling Subway a dog water company, to putting them all back up and completely apologizing, and now DMing Subway. It's been a mess these past 48 hours. And I have a lot of people with a lot of questions, so I figured this YouTube channel is a perfect opportunity to address all of those questions. So I think the number one question that everyone's asking is, what happened? Well, I had a talk with one of my mentors, and they told me that, hey, you might want to find a different lane because Subway just does not care about you. They are not providing sponsorship. They're not really doing anything for you that's positive. And I didn't believe him at first, but then he kind of like walked me through it, and it made me understand like how it is kind of like that. And in that moment, I got pretty heated. I'm not going to lie. I was like, he's right. I put in so much work. I literally work like probably like 6 hours a day, like just for TikTok, and then I work 6-hour shifts a day, so I'm literally working 12 hours a day at Subway or for Subway, and to get zero recognition in that moment, it kind of hurt me. But now I'm like completely over it. I understand like they didn't ask for any of this. Like, it's not their job to give me any recognition. It's just kind of like amazing how I got to build the platform that I did, and like I don't really need like anything from you, Subway. I'm sorry, I just got emotional in a moment. But the comments, they were like completely confused, and I had everybody reaching out and showing love and support. So to all of you guys that have been DMing, just sending messages, commenting on stuff, asking me if I'm okay, yes, I'm completely okay. Thank you for your concerns. Yeah, I mean, the content's still gonna go on. I'm going to try to branch out a little bit. Like, I'm gonna try cooking more food in my kitchen. I'm gonna make more sandwich videos at home maybe, but Subway content is not dead. I will be back to
Spoiler alert, he barely does.
posting about 5 times, kind of 4 times a day. 5 times is a lot. Probably next week. And with school starting too, I might slow down a little bit on the posts, but no, we're just getting started. Don't worry about me. Subway content is here to stay, but if you like this video, make sure you like it. If you're not subscribed already, which 60% of you are not, please subscribe. It really helps the channel grow.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Chat might be code. Trying to find something. I'm disappointed. I'm actually. It's gone higher. It's gone higher. It was worse, but it definitely has been better. You guys can explain to me? Okay, hold on. It's way too dark. The camera cannot handle that. Oh my gosh, it's hard having a phone and doing this. You think y'all can explain to me why it's 95% of you aren't subscribed? Think y'all can explain to me that, even though there's nobody watching? Bro, this is an early stream as well. Why does nobody watch? Why is nobody watching? I'm just watching YouTube at this point. Let's continue. Go.
And more people find us so we can build a nice community here on YouTube. And yeah, have a lovely day, and hey, make sure you eat fresh today, alright? Peace and love, everybody.
Okay. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos down already. It's crazy. We just have all of this left to go. We're still a long way away from the good stuff, but it works. How we're growing social media. This could work for us. Okay, chat. Take notes. Just take notes.
Alright, kids, grab your pens and papers, grab your notebooks. I'm going to be teaching you some really important and valuable information for how you...
What am I doing? right stuff. So that's. We have the absolute best notebook in the world for school, even though technically I'm not supposed to be using this for school. I'm supposed to be using boring, crappy ones. Which I was going to grab, but I'm like, no, I can use this if I want. That one doesn't do crap. There. Okay, we got it. Let's go.
You can grow your TikTok account in under 3 months like I did. In 3 months, I went from 10,000 followers to 1.2 million followers, and
Well, I wish I could even get 1,000. I know. I wish I could even get 100 on TikTok, buddy. And bro, I'm close to 800 on YouTube right now. So yeah, and I don't even have 100 on TikTok. Like I've done better on Instagram than I have on TikTok, which makes it that much better, which makes it that much worse. Let's just keep going.
I'm going to go over exactly how I did it in this video. So I'm telling you, grab a pen and paper if you really want to take this knowledge down. You can literally check my numbers. This is all real, and I just want my community to grow, and maybe I can find some really funny TikTokers out of you guys. So the number one and most important thing I would say is make high quality content. Know what niche you're trying to serve. If you're trying to do comedy, stay in comedy. If you're trying to do cars, stay in cars. Just pick your niche and run with it.
Well, we already lost interest in that, so, yep, bye.
Not believe how important this is and how detrimental it is to an account if they go outside of their niche. For example, I post Subway content, so I do not try to venture out too often. If I do, I'll be doing POV stuff. I won't be going completely out into the deep end and posting me revving a car or something. Keep with your niche. The second you find a video that's performing well, that's probably the niche you would best serve, so stick to that niche. My next valuable tip is going to be post at least 3 times a day every single day. Now, do not let the fact that you're posting a lot more compromise the fact that you're making high quality posts. High quality posts are just as important as consistency. But once you figure out your formula, you need to start posting consistently. 3 times a day is the magic number, I promise. And once you start getting really high view counts, like hundreds of thousands of views, you can try experimenting out and going to 4 or 5 times a day if the content and quality is there, and you have to make sure it fits in your schedule. You would not believe how important this is and how great it is for fast growth. The next tip I'm going to give is go live the second that you can. If you do entertaining stuff on live and you gain an audience, that is a whole nother market, and the TikTok algorithm recognizes this and they love it. So go live. I go live about 3 to 4 times a week, but pick your days and just try it out for 10 minutes. It's honestly a lot of fun too, in my opinion. The fourth thing is make sure you're having fun and beware of creator burnout. I see so many people have a really good start and they try to just go all into it, and it doesn't work at all. You need to figure out something that's going to work over the long term. Think about years, not about days. If you post one high quality video every single day for a year, don't you think one's going to be good enough and bound to get millions of views? I think so. The next tip is play with the algorithm. So for example, if you have a video that's performing very well, stick to whatever kind of content that video is. I know I said this in the first part, but you need to understand how important this is to the algorithm. They like continuation in the storyline, so make sure that your videos are very related to each other in a continuation of a story. And my final tip is engage with your audience. This is probably the most important tip out of all of these. Make sure that you know who's watching your videos and have a personal relationship with them. This is also why I love live, because if you do this, you'll have so many people coming to your lives and actually talking to you in real time. If you enjoyed these tips, please subscribe to the channel. We just started out, and follow me on TikTok. I have 1.2 million followers on there. Peace and love, everybody. I hope you have a great day. And hey, remember, eat fresh.
Okay.
All right, kids, grab your pens and papers, grab your notebooks. I'm going to be teaching you some really important.
Hush. All right. First 8 down. 20,000 more to go.
Bryce Hall pranked the world. Before we get started with this video, I want to make sure that you're subscribed. 75% of you aren't, so please subscribe and hit that bell so you know when I'm uploading. Here we go. So yesterday, Bryce Hall put up a video of him going out on a date with some girl named Lauren Gray. In case you don't know who any of these people are, they're all TikTok stars, and Bryce Hall is famous for being the boyfriend of Addison Rae, a very famous TikTok star. Now, most of you might be saying, why should I care? Who are these people? But alas, I think that Bryce Hall did something very genius in doing this prank. The man essentially recorded himself going on a fake date with another TikToker to stir up some fake controversy. And some people have been calling it clout chasing, saying that they're just faking drama for more views. But it's kind of a genius undertone that they've taken on this. Bryce in a video explained how the news channels and the people that surround the TikTok drama world, unbelievable how this is a thing, right? Stir up crazy stories and they will feed into literally anything before doing any research. The man made it pretty evident that it was a prank throughout the video, but there were still hundreds of different news reporters, including the famous DJ Keemstar, who reported on this immediately without asking any questions. This isn't the first time that we've seen something like this happen before either. There's been a lot of people on YouTube that have stirred up fake controversy in the past, but this one was kind of huge. I mean, these are two of the biggest names on the platform, and just about overnight, they've stirred so many people having a conversation regarding this exact topic. And boy, did the news networks probably feel dumb when the next day Bryce said that it wasn't real drama. Anyways, moving on from this TikTok drama, who cares about this, right? We're gonna go to some real news. Subway. Yeah, so about a few weeks ago, there was a lab test out of California that claimed that Subway's tuna was completely fake. They tested it 3 times, apparently, and said that there was no traces of tuna in any of these sandwiches. But about a week ago, Subway actually...
There was traces of salmon. There were traces of fish. Just tuna was not the right thing. It had fish. I'm joking, I have no idea what I'm saying.
ran their own tests and gave it out to public media producers like Daily Mail, Inside Edition, CNN, all of these different newscasters. And the tuna is 100% real. Can you believe it? I mean, I kind of knew from the start because I've had grocery store tuna and I've had Subway tuna and they taste the exact same to me. But there are still people that are going to say Subway tuna is fake, but let them say what they want. It's completely real, kids. Don't worry. So get yourself a nice tuna sandwich next time you go to Subway. And that's today's video. Remember, kids, eat fresh, stay happy, stay healthy. Click that subscribe button, click that like button, and make sure you turn on bell notifications. I upload just about every other day. Peace and love, everybody.
Monkey. I was on the news. Oh,
guys,
cool.
I was on the nightly news.
Same. I've been on the news like once or twice now.
Before we start today's video, please subscribe to me. I have 75% of you guys who watch the videos but aren't subscribed, so make sure you just click that red button. Anyways, the other night, I was on Inside Edition for like 5 seconds. It was a clip of me making a sandwich with my hands in the POV shot. They actually took the clip right from my YouTube channel. And the entire premise of the video was whether or not the Subway tuna is real. They went around to different people around the streets and told them Subway tuna isn't real, and then in the end revealed that Subway tuna is actually real. It was kind of a pointless news report because in the beginning, they were just completely bashing on Subway, and then at the end, they were like, oh no, the Subway tuna is real. We tested it in a lab. But my one grime with this is that they didn't ask me for any permission to use my clip. I never knew that they could do this. They basically just took my clip off of my YouTube channel and put it on the nightly news, gave me no credit for it, and didn't even ask me if they can use it. Inside Edition, if you're watching this, be better. Come on. It's not fair to me, who's a Subway worker, and you're literally profiting off of my clip. I talked about the news.
Hold on. I might have just... Let's more up him. Okay, we're back. Good. So now you can see me looking almost in your eyes.
In the last video too, and I don't like the news for this exact reason. You cannot just rip off my media and then just be like, oh, well, you know, it is what it is. But I'm still thankful to have been on the nightly news. When I showed my parents, they were freaking out. They were like, oh my God, our son made it. He's on Inside Edition. I'm like, Mom, Dad, relax. It's just my hands. And then I showed my brother and he was like, that's funny. But yeah, honestly, it was pretty cool to have been recognized for my work and making sandwiches. You know, who would have thought that being able to make sandwiches could get you to the point where you're on one of the biggest news channels in the world? Anyways, moving on. This week, I had a couple of customers come into the store.
I love how he says that, and yet I haven't heard of that news station at all. Like, actually at all. I've never heard of these until I actually watched this video. So I guess I'm learning a little bit. Okay, my hair looks good. Bro, it's insane. If you look at, like I say, my hair, then you just gotta take my headphones off and you'll, my headphone dent is insane. In my hair, at least, because I have it going straight up. Yeah. This up puts it right down, this thing.
that were fans, and it kind of crazy. There were like 3 people that were sitting in the store for about an hour waiting for me to get to work, and once I got there, I made them a couple beautiful sandwiches, and they were high school kids, very polite, very nice people. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for coming. I don't know if you're watching this, but if you are, yo, you guys are the men. And besides that, I've been very busy this week at Subway. It's gotten busier and busier. I can't wait until we have a line stretching around the block. But yeah, if you guys ever want to come through the Subway, feel free to. I love meeting you guys, and if you tell me that you know me, you already know this, but you get a free cookie. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Make sure you're subscribed to me, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I post just about every other day, so make sure you turn on those bell notifications so you know exactly when I post. Comment.
Bro, this man says post like 3 or 4 times every day. He says I post about every other day. Every other day. Bro, if Cool Guy was here right now, he would be doing a Trump impression. Like every other day. Okay, I can't do impressions to save my life, chat. I'm cooked. I love how I haven't gotten a single message yet. Or maybe my computer's just so behind. But it never is. It gets it before my, like, actually. It gets it before I get on my phone, so hold on. Let's look and see if I'm. Yeah, I haven't gotten a single person. Haven't gotten a single message. Let's continue.
Your sandwich order. Let me know how you're feeling, and I love you guys. Peace and love, and remember, eat fresh.
Okay, bet. Okay, what's next? We got robbed.
The time my coworker got robbed.
Funny enough, my school robbed me, so this is. Yeah, it's crazy. A school that says that we love you kids. Then how come you rob us? You rob our families of money. I'm still missing $4 from school. And no, it's not a kid. She gave all my money back. No, the school just didn't give it back to us.
Before we get into today's video, make sure that you're subscribed. About 65% of you are not who watch the video, so please subscribe. It really helps me. Turn on that bell notification button and click that like button because that helps me too. And let's get on to the video. So back when I was like 12 years old and my parents were running the Subway on their own, at the old Subway we had an employee named Jennifer who was there almost every single night. And this Subway was not in the greatest area, to be honest, so it would get kind of spooky at night, and I don't blame Jennifer because she quit about a few days after this had happened. Anyways, one night she was working the night shift alone, and it was like 9:30 at night, and she had one last customer come into the store. She told us that this customer had a trench coat on, and he looked like a sketchy character, might have been on drugs or something. Anyways, he orders his sandwich, and he gets a typical, you know, meatball sandwich. Doesn't really matter what he got. But when he goes to get the sandwich rung up, he goes to Jennifer, he goes, I don't have any money on me. And Jennifer goes, why did you order the sandwich? And he goes, well, it's mine now. And she goes, no, it's not. You got to pay for it. And basically, he pointed his hand into his trench coat and pointed at her and said, I have a gun. You're going to give me this sandwich. And she's like, okay, you know what? Fine. So she gives him the sandwich, but he wasn't done. He was like, now I want all the money in the register. And this genius didn't realize there was like 7 cameras in the store all capturing him and one in the parking lot, so they knew exactly who his plate numbers were and everything. So she gives him all the money, and he goes around back and actually checks and tries to crack open the safe but couldn't. And this whole time, Jennifer was just extremely annoyed because she could tell that he didn't have a gun, but she had to comply just in case. Anyways, the customer runs out with all the money, and Jennifer's just like, what just happened? And she immediately calls my parents, who immediately call the police, and the police are hot on his tail right that second. Not even 10 minutes later, the police told us that they found him at a nearby gas station eating his Subway sandwich, and there was a gun in the car. But Jennifer swears that there was no gun when he was trying to rob her, which is the crazy thing. So I have no idea if he had a gun or not, but Jennifer basically just put her life on the line for Subway. What a true employee. But needless to say, she like quit 3 days after because she was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I don't blame her at all, you know? I would probably quit too if I got robbed at gunpoint. But yeah, that's the craziest story I think we have. And don't forget, if you're ever being robbed at your work, make sure you just give the robber whatever they want because the police will handle it pretty quickly every time. But I can't believe this guy really just went to nearby gas station and just started eating his sandwich. Like, could you imagine the nerve? Anyways, that's it for today's video. Make sure you like this video. Turn on bell notifications. I post just about every other day. Comment your favorite.
Okay, we already know what he says there. My store might be haunted. Wow. I thought the room I was in I thought the room I'm in was haunted like 4 years ago because something fell off a shelf, and there's nobody else in here. And I'm over here just like, what the crap happened? And what made it worse is I didn't know it fell off. I even checked the next morning. I couldn't figure out what the heck had fallen off. Yeah, or just the cat is the cats. Their litter boxes are right. Speaking of falling off, what are the chances? Okay. Speaking of falling off, we have multiple things that just fell off of my shelf. It's not even a shelf. It's like, well, it is if you put it in a certain way, but oh gosh. Okay, well, great. Okay, let's go ahead and so what we have, might as well show you guys this, because I don't think I'll remember even some of this. Let's find the first thing that I want to show you. First off, yeah, this isn't even what I was going to show you, but look what I got for Christmas. Oh gosh. Oh god. This is a signpost from the American Idol tour in 2012. This man right here, Colton Dixon, he signed it. I'm mildly surprised that these are actually real signatures as well. But something that we have yet to do, I've been wanting to do for a while now, and yet we just haven't done, is our 500 subscriber giveaway. It's a signed Wii manual for Happy Feet 2 that both B.A. Ace and I signed. Who's my cousin, by the way, and who will be here over the New Year's stream. And yeah, we were supposed to give this away nearly 300 subscribers ago. We're still here. Anyways, yeah, and what we have right here, though, are a whole lot of signed manuals to games that I plan to give away over 1,000. At 1,000, like Space Chimps signed by me, Xbox Connect. Oh yeah, that's right there. This is a personal favorite of mine. Shrek Carnival Craze, which they're using green screen, like Shrek's face is all see through. You can see the videos. Oh, it's gonna be a good one. M&M cards, bro. What's going on with the yellow man, bro? We have some sign. Yo, what up, animation? Finally, we have somebody isn't me viewing. Let's go. What's up? And yeah, just two more things. Or I don't know if I'll give them away. Yo, what up? So it's around 8 o'clock that people actually join. But yeah, we're just watching videos. We're binge watching this entire man's channel just because I had nothing better to do with my life right now. He's not here today. I did not tell him that we were even. I didn't even tell him that we were going. Because I just decided to do this. Wait, did we not finish this?
Alright, kids, grab your pen.
I could swear we did. But anyways, yeah, I think we did. Alright. My store's haunted.
My subway may or may not be haunted. Before we get into today's video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. 65% of you aren't subscribed. It really helps when you do. Like the video, turn on bell notifications, and let's get into the story. So I've talked about this on TikTok quite a bit, but me and a couple of my coworkers really think that my subway...
Because why not? This is like the third time I've done this. Is the third time I've done this in general. I've done this like I've done this like 2 other times when I'm just doing nothing. I'm bored. I'm bored right now. Oh wait, oh that's where I went. Broke a CD. But also because I don't know, honestly. I get bored. And I'm like, why not binge watch somebody? So I just binge watch some random person's YouTube channel that I watch. I think I did this on my old account, like not like live since. Yeah, we all get bored. Yeah, but I did this on my old account, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this again. I should know some of these I haven't watched before, so.
Subway store is haunted. It's gotten to the point where my one coworker won't even go to the back to turn on the lights because she's so scared. And where does this theory come from? Well, there's a few stories. So when I first started working at this Subway, I used to go into the back all the time because that's where the chips, drinks, and just about everything is. But there was this one night where I was all alone in the back, and I was just—
Seriously, what is this crap that he's putting on the sandwich? What is that? I felt like 2 things. I'm like, what the heck? What is this?
standing there doing my thing, and all of a sudden 3 of the chip bags fell off of the counter. You have to understand that these are completely flat onto this counter piece, and it's nearly impossible for these things to fall off. So I was pretty spooked, to say the least. Anyways, I waved that moment off and said, it's just probably a coincidence or something, and never really thought about it since. But then I had one new coworker that started working at the store, and immediately she told me that she felt a presence in the store. I threw this off as baloney. I was like, there's no way that this is the case. But then another one of my coworkers told me that they thought
This is the only video about this. And honestly, I mean, if you rewatch the stream, you'll see, like, something actually ended up falling, like, right up here, like, the minute I'm talking about something. It's like, I was talking about a story that had something like that, and this is completely, I don't know if you can see it, but, like, that clear thing, okay, no, not that. The clear thing that doesn't want to show, that is a flat surface right there. And I just had like 20 things fall off of it, like 5 minutes ago, but it's the only video about haunted, so I don't care.
the Subway store was haunted, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe there's something going on here. It took me a few weeks, but I never really thought about it since.
I'll send him a text for you. I'm not gonna call him. I'm not calling him, but I'll send you a text. I'll send him a text. I say I won't call him though because, well, you want him in there. Send him a text.
And then all of a sudden, one night, I was there all alone, and one of the lights in the back started flickering on and off. Now, most rational people would just think, okay, this is a short-wired light, like, what's the big deal? But you have to understand my mindset. I was completely convinced that this store was haunted. I literally started to scream and immediately called my dad, and he's like, dude, it's just a flickering light, like, relax. And I was like, okay, you know what, you're right. And he's like, you know, I need you to go into the basement of the store and grab a new light and just fix it yourself. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. The basement? So I went down there, and I'm not gonna lie, this basement or boiler room was so creepy. I tried my best to avoid it completely, but I went down there, and it was just the most spooky thing I've ever seen. So after I got the light, I haven't had any paranormal experiences in the back of Subway since, but I'm convinced that it's low-key haunted. But I don't think they're bad ghosts at all. I think they're just hungry ghosts that are hungry for some nice Subway sandwiches. I'll keep you guys—
Then what? They're free cookies. That's what happened. That's what they're hungry for their free cookies.
Guys updated if anything in this story progresses, but let's hope not. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on bell notifications. I've tried to post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you guys for watching. Peace and love, everybody, and remember, eat fresh.
I can't remember the last time I had a cookie from Subway. I actually don't remember. Like, this is Dookie. Well, that's the one. I love the sandwiches. We're gonna be on here till like midnight. I can almost guarantee you on that. But honestly, the sandwiches are fire still.
You guys asked, so I deliver. This is a day.
But I can't remember the last time I even had a cookie from Subway. But let's continue.
In the life of a sandwich artist at Subway. Before we get started with the video though, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I post videos just like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it really helps us grow the community. Alright, let's go. So the first thing you're gonna do whenever you open up the Subway stores, you're gonna have to open up the register.
Nice.
It's really easy and takes a few clicks, but then is where it gets intense. Next, you have to take all the food buckets from the fridge, put them into the front, and you have to refill all the vegetables. Usually you're alone too, so you gotta do this fast so that you can move to the next step. Once you bring all the veggies and meats to the front and everything's filled, next you're gonna cook bread. Bread will usually take anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half to be made, so make sure you have time. You gotta spray the dough and then you gotta put it into the seasoning.
Cool guy can't join since he's hanging out with the fam. So yeah, he cannot join.
Again, Italian herbs and cheese or honey-o, and then you're gonna have to proof the bread and then put it into the oven. We proof the bread so that it gets nice and puffy. By this time it's usually 10:30 or 11, so you're gonna have to look out for anything that the person from the last night didn't do. This can include filling up chips, sodas, sauces, you name it. And here is the hour of break between 11 a.m. and 12. You basically have 1 hour to just relax and prepare for the lunch rush. But sometimes this hour gets really busy too, so don't hold your breath. And then comes the lunch rush. At noon sharp, there's always a huge line that comes into Subway, and you gotta be ready. Usually there's 2 or 3 people working at the same time, and you kind of just got to go through customer to customer, and you'll have anywhere from like 20 customers during the next hour to 50 or 60 in that hour. Usually around 1 to 1:30 this lunch rush dies. You got to fill everything up and just make sure everything's prepared, and the rest of the day is pretty easy if we're being real. You'll have customers just coming in and out pretty slowly. You're gonna have to make sure things are filled along the way, and you're gonna have to probably cut up vegetables and do other stuff along the way as well. Oh, and I forgot the most important part, cookies. Usually you want to prepare the cookies before the lunch rush happens, but we've had it where we had to make them after the lunch rush happens, so it really depends. Rest of the day, if we're being real, is pretty smooth sailing. You just go about, make the sandwiches, do your thing, mop the floors, make sure the front's filled once again, make sure the sodas are filled, and everything's good. And then finally, once you're closing up shop, you got to count the money, do all the trash bins, check one more time if everything's filled. As you can tell, that's a very important part of this process. Do all the dishes, put out bread into the refrigerator for the next day, cut up tuna, anything that you have to do with the vegetables as well.
That voice crack was insane.
And boom, you're ready to put everything. Cut up tuna, anything that you have to do with the vegetables as well. And boom, you're ready to put everything in the fridge from the front, and you're kind of ready to close.
I mean, you have to be a nerd if you're working there. You have to be a nerd, buddy. It's like this is me when I'm like talking about music. This is what happens. This is just why you like people. Hey, I love me some Subway. I've memorized a whole lot of it. I love the place now. This is regular stuff for me.
Up, just make sure you close the register, and you take all the bread from the outside proofer and put it inside the proofer, and boom, you have yourself one day at Subway. As you can tell, it's kind of action-packed. Thank you guys.
Alright, see you, man. Have a great night.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, turn on those bell notifications so you know whenever I post a video. Thanks for watching.
Okay, this person can be, okay, you can be quiet. Next video. Wait, no problem.
So I have a lot of you guys telling me.
Hold on.
So I have a lot of you guys telling me that you're trying to go out and get a job at Subway, so I thought today I would tell you exactly how you can get that job. I guarantee if you do all these things and the Subway is actually looking to hire people, you will get this job. So your first step is going to be try to find the Subway that you want to work at. Usually in my town, they'll put up help wanted signs, but I know other places will strictly hire from the internet. Once you have your target acquired, you're going to have to go online and look up the Quizlet for what types of sandwiches there are to be made at Subway. Honestly, if you watch my videos, you probably already know a lot of the sandwiches, but these Quizlets really help in memorizing what meats go on the sandwiches, what cheeses go on the sandwiches, and everything else. Next, you're going to have to apply to the Subway job online on the website. You go to careers.subway.com or just type in Subway jobs on Google and you got it. And now here's the real kicker. This is what's going to make you stand out and get you the job over every single other person. Go into the Subway that you're trying to apply to and ask for the manager and have a conversation with them. Make sure they know your name. Make sure that they know that you know what types of sandwiches there are and what types of sandwiches are to be made. Really wow them while you're talking to them. This really goes for any type of job too, not just at Subway. You got to tell the person that you fully understand what the job is entailing and that you've got this. Now that you've had the conversation with the person, make sure that they remember your name and make sure you tell them that you applied online and give them your phone number and what hours and days you can work. You have to be really tentative on this stuff because if they even see a little bit that you don't care, then they're not going to hire you. Another helpful thing is most Subways won't hire people over the age of like 50 and won't hire under the age of 16. If you have work papers, that's one thing, but in my experience, they still won't hire you if you're under 16 with work papers. And honestly, Subway is a really great job. You end up making about minimum wage when you first start, but it's really easy to get promotions and raises. So just keep working hard and you'll get to a manager position or even a secretarial position at the Subway eventually. So now that you have all of these things covered, make sure you're calling the Subway each and every day, checking in on whether or not they looked at your application.
I'm
and if they
watching this
have,
video
then
and
you're
yeah,
gonna
I'm
end up
texting
getting an
cool
interview
guy
and
over
they're
here.
gonna invite you in and test you on all the sandwiches that you know. So make sure you're really studying that Quizlet. It's like once you know the sandwiches, you really know them. Now that you have all of this under your belt, they might throw you into training, and then this is where they really weed people out. If you're not really trying during training and you're taking it as a joke, they're automatically not going to bring you onto the team. But if you really take training seriously and show them that you really want to learn and work at this Subway, they will 100% hire you. I promise. Now all there is left to do is work at Subway. You got this, and you're going to get that job. I know it. If you found this video helpful and you enjoy my content or you love my voice, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I post every month.
Bro. Okay, I get people would like your voice. That's not a good reason to subscribe, though.
So, I don't know if you guys know about this, but David Dobrik just dropped his own app called Dispo. Right now, it's climbing the charts of the App Store very quickly, and I believe at this current moment, it is 3rd in the App Store. That is insane. How did David Dobrik go from some kid on Vine that really didn't have anything to his name to now being a complete mogul of the business world? The app right now has an evaluation of $200 million, and he's already fundraised $20 million for that app. Me, myself, as a computer science person, I can recognize how difficult this is, especially with the fact that David is creating content constantly. I mean, there's no shot that he did any of the actual code for the app, and I don't even know if the idea was originally his. I saw a TikTok where he said that somebody ripped off the idea. I don't know, it was all this drama, you know, I don't really pay attention to it. But the fact of the matter is, David is doing incredible things, and I think there's a really big intersection between creators and this whole tech world. Sooner or later, these people who are bank investors and, you know, just the angel investors in general are going to have to recognize how much of an influence certain people in the space have. And if you're like David Dobrik with tens of millions of followers and you're dropping an entire application, you literally have these tens of millions of followers flocking to it, so there's no point in not investing in it. I mean, it's like a surefire thing. But one thing that I did see a lot of people say is, how does he prevent this from being the next Beam? In case you don't know what Beam is, Casey Neistat, who's a YouTuber I'm sure you're all familiar with, dropped this app back in 2016 that was supposed. Casey Neistat, see a lot of people say is, how does he prevent this from being the next Beam? In case you don't know what Beam is, Casey Neistat, who's a YouTuber I'm sure you're all familiar.
If that Kaisen, somebody tells me he just tried pronouncing Kaisenet and yet it just completely got messed up. I think he just completely butchered the name Kaisenet. I don't know anymore.
Familiar with. Dropped this app back in 2016 that was supposed to be for news coverage and supposed to be like a Vine or a TikTok of sorts, but you can't delete anything off of it and it's permanent there and you can't even see it until the next day apparently. CNN bought this application for $25 million, I think after like a year of production, and CNN completely tanked the project and just destroyed it out of nowhere. So how does David Dobrik prevent this from being that same thing? Well, I think David has a better head on his shoulders and he knows actually what to do with this app long term. I think the problem with Beam was that there was not a long-term vision of it, but there is a very long-term vision for David Dobrik's app. He wants to make this into a full-out social media powerhouse where he just puts disposable videos and images onto this platform. And the cool thing about this is that it kind of steals the same idea from Beam, where you can't view the image or video until 24 hours after. So it's literally a disposable camera. I really wonder what the future holds for this app, and I think the idea is genius and the execution is even more genius. I wouldn't be surprised if this turns out to be a multi-billion-dollar unicorn one day, especially because the mind behind it is David Dobrik, and this kid is a complete hustler. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and when I was
I lost $20,000 in a week. I can't say the same, but I would say I've lost a lot of money in a week.
17 years old, I put $500 into Bitcoin and it turned into $20,000 and I lost it all. And it's only right for me to be making bread in this video to signify this. So basically I got into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin as a whole when I was 17. Bitcoin was around $3,000 at the time and I was a complete newbie. I knew nothing about this stuff, but one of my friends had told me you have to get into this. It's the next big thing, and I was like, okay, I believe you. So on my birthday, which is September 30th, I put the $500 that my parents gave me right into Bitcoin, and in literally just a few hours I had made $25, which was 5% return. I thought this was insane, so I figured, okay, I have to do more research into this 100%. And once again, Bitcoin was at like 3,000.
Shit, Matthew West just like my reel on Instagram. Let's go. But there's, what did I just, okay, I thought, okay. Bro, I'm over here. I'm getting a whole lot of views on this certain reel that I put out because it's about Matthew West, and he actually put it out on his story. That's actually why I have my most viewed Instagram reel, because he put it out on his story, and it ended up going crazy. Well, for Instagram having 77 followers, yeah, 3,400. That's currently my most viewed reel. Anyways, yeah, let's continue.
$1,000 at the time, so not a lot of people were even talking about it. Only the people online that really knew what was up. So I figured out that actual cryptocurrencies exist besides Bitcoin, so I bought some Litecoin, Ethereum, and you can't forget the precious XRP. In case I'm losing you, I'll bring you back in. Basically, these are all just cryptocurrencies that are like stocks. They go up, they go down, and I got very lucky with these, and they went very, very up. At the time, I was friends with this fella named Omar as well.
Up and up again.
And I was teaching him how to do all this stuff, and he turned $1,000 into $500,000. Once again, $500,000. This kid lived in Jersey City, which is kind of like it's not the best area. He was in a one-bedroom apartment with his parents, and he literally had $500,000 in his hands. And me and Omar told each other we have diamond hands. We weren't gonna sell. We were waiting for this thing to go up and Bitcoin hit $1 million and take all of our riches, buy a yacht, go to the Poconos, do all that good stuff. And it all came crashing down. My $20,000 turned into $1,000. Omar's $500,000 turned into about $10,000. In the end, we did end up making money. But what was much more valuable was the lesson that I learned. Greed kills. If I wasn't greedy, I could have literally taken that money when I was lucky, and Omar could have taken his family out of a one-bedroom apartment, but we were greedy. We wanted more. Now flashback to present day, and I am back into cryptocurrency, and I just sold when Bitcoin hit $55,000. I don't know if it's gonna go up, I don't know if it's gonna go down, but all I know is that I made about 5 times my money back, and I'm very happy with that. If it goes up more, it is what it is. If it goes down, it is what it is. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure you're subscribed, like this video, and turn on bell notifications so you know when I post. Have a great day, everybody, and remember, eat fresh.
Quiet. Oh, it's gonna be bad. This one's definitely gonna be a fun one to watch. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it has to do with blood. Definitely gonna be a fun one to watch.
Subway is low-key a dangerous job. Let me tell you why. I'll take you through this entire story and you'll understand exactly what I'm saying by the end of it. So there was this one day that I was cutting up tomatoes in the back. You know the usual stuff. I grabbed 20 tomatoes and started to slice and slice and slice with the slicer. And I was kind of in a rush, so I was making sandwiches to the front, doing this in the back, and it was almost closing time, about an hour out. And always before closing time, we got to wash everything, so I was going through the motions and I had to wash the tomato cutter. Well, I didn't realize that the inside of the tomato cutter was very sharp and you're supposed to clean it from the outside. So I took a sponge and started to wipe down the inside of the tomato cutter, and I literally cut through the sponge and cut my finger wide open. I'm literally cringing my teeth while saying that. And yeah, I started gushing blood on my hand and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying. And as this was happening, a customer walked through the door, so I was rushing around looking for the first aid kit and I literally couldn't find it. So what I had to do was I had to take a napkin, make the blood stop by putting a lot of pressure on it, putting rubber bands around it, and then I put like 2 pairs of gloves over it and started to make the sandwich for the customer. No blood was apparent at all, I must say that. Like, I was very precautious about not letting any blood get in the front at all, but as soon as the customer left, I was in panic mode. And as I was looking for the first aid kit, I swear I stubbed my toe as hard as I think I've ever stubbed my toe in my life. I know it's not as bad as gushing blood, but like, that was just insult to injury at that point. So I had to call my parents and I was like, where is this first aid kit? I need this right now or else I think I'm gonna bleed out and lose my hand. I was being a little dramatic, I gotta say. But it hurt nonetheless. I mean, I just cut open my hand with a knife, or what seemed like a knife. And I finally found the bandages and it got fixed. You know, I wrapped it around my hand and I was fine by like a week later. But this leads into the next story. Every single time that I'm cutting the knives too fast with the bread, or I should say I'm cutting the bread too fast with the knife. I don't know what I just said, but I will usually slice through the bread and it'll hit my hand. And I'm lucky if I don't get cut. But yeah, you got to be really careful with the sharp stuff at Subway because it can really hurt you. And I know some of you guys are probably like, just be more careful. I mean, come on, it's an easy job. Like, how are you getting hurt at Subway? But it's not that easy, I promise. So yeah, here are some tips. If you're ever looking for a job at Subway, these are the 2 things that I say most. Be careful washing the tomato cutter and be careful with slicing bread with the knives. Also, a bonus tip, carry all the knives with blade in hand so that you don't fall and like stab yourself or something. I mean, that's kind of obvious. Oh, and I almost forgot, with the onion cutter, never put your hand inside to push and cut. That's how you chop off a finger. But yeah, that's today's story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to this.
I'm losing so much interest in this so fast. So I'm just casually doing things on my phone, letting y'all watch as well. But I'm over here just playing Pokemon Go over here. Oh, for like 2 seconds, but
As most of you may know, I've just gotten sponsored by Subway, and I wanted to take you guys through the process of all that, something that I can't really do on my other platforms like TikTok or Instagram. So basically, early last week or the week before, I got a DM from Subway on TikTok, and they basically said, hey, Milad, we have an idea that we want to run by you. And I didn't see the DM for a few hours, if I'm being real, and once I saw it, I was kind of freaking out. My first thought was immediately, oh my god, they're going to tell me to stop making videos. And then I realized how non-logical that would be for them, so I was kind of getting excited, because I thought maybe they're sponsoring me, or maybe they want to do something together. So after some back and forth, we set up a Zoom call with their marketing team, and I met these 2 wonderful people by the name of Taylor and Victoria. I don't know if I'm supposed to say their names. I'm sorry if I'm not. And basically, they told me that they had this idea of doing a campaign on TikTok together where I make people sandwiches, kind of like how my old videos used to be. If you're an OG, you totally remember these videos. I would take a sandwich from the comments, kind of point up and say, let's try this, and then I'd make it right on the TikTok and I'd rate it. So I was really excited when they told me this, because this was something that I wanted to bring back for a long time, and you know, what better way to bring it back than with Subway, you know? So yeah, basically they said that they wanted to do this with me, and they wanted to obviously pay me for it and give me a contract for it. I can't say how much they paid me, but I'm very thankful for you, Subway. Thank you. So yeah, basically they sent over a contract over the past few days, and we've been having a lot of back and forth, and some ideas have been floating around as well. So hopefully this isn't just a one-shot thing. Hopefully this continues. So after I got the contract, initially there was something wrong with it, and then I just sent it back, and then we got it signed and everything was approved. And then they told me that this was for their campaign with Jason Tatum and Draymond Green, which is kind of mind-blowing. I mean, these are people in the NBA that I've looked up to for literally years. One's an NBA champion 3 times, for Christ's sake. So yeah, this was all just so surreal to me, and it still kind of is, if I'm being real. Like, I can't believe that I got sponsored by Subway. I started taking this TikTok stuff seriously back on August 27th of last year, and it's about 6 to 7 months after that. So it's crazy to think that in a span of 6 to 7 months of taking this seriously, I went from something like 8,000 to 2.4 million followers and a sponsorship with the biggest corporation for fast food in the world. I mean, like, this is nuts. Yeah, I'm so thankful for this. If you want to see what I'm doing with Subway, make sure you check it out on TikTok. We're gonna be giving away a ton of stuff too, like gift cards and maybe some nice swag. So definitely follow my page on TikTok and follow Subway's page, because that's where I'm gonna be putting up all this stuff. And yeah, Subway, if you're watching this, thank you again for this opportunity. Hopefully
3 years ago, so that doesn't say. Oh, March 10th. Okay, so yeah, about 2 years before I met Colton Dixon for the first time is when he started taking this crap seriously.
this is just the beginning, and over the next 5 weeks I can't wait to make more content for you guys. Bless up, everybody. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new.
Okay, so we're making some good progress.
The mother of all Karens. It was another fine afternoon at
This is a good one. I think you'll like it.
the Subway store. You know, I was doing my thing, putting up veggies in the front, making sandwiches, doing everything right, you know? And I had this woman that walked in. Let me begin by saying that this woman immediately started complaining by telling me that the menus don't say the prices. And I literally pointed at the prices for her and walked her through how much everything costs. After about 2 or 3 minutes of explaining this to her, she goes ahead and orders 4 sandwiches. On one of the sandwiches, she asks for extra cheese. On one of the sandwiches, she asks for bacon. For one of the sandwiches, she asks for extra cheese and bacon. And one of the sandwiches, she asks for double meat and bacon. So I'm like, great, this lady's ordering a bunch of sandwiches, she's getting a bunch of stuff, so naturally I'm happy because she's ordering a lot, you know? While I'm making these sandwiches, she's telling me that double meat is not enough double meat, that I'm not putting enough cheese on the sandwich, and she even told me that I wasn't making the sandwich right. I mean, the nerve. I've only worked at Subway for 5 years, right? So after getting through the hell of putting the meat on the sandwiches, I finally got to the veggies, and she literally asked me to load these sandwiches up. I'm talking extra lettuce, I'm talking extra onions, literally extra everything. This was literally nightmare fuel. So I finally got through making the sandwiches, and I go to ring this lady up. I asked her, do you want any chips, any cookies, or anything? And her first question was, are those included? Are those free? And you know, if somebody asks for a free cookie, usually I'll give it to them, but not for this lady. I said, no, you gotta pay whatever the price is on the menu. And she's like, no, I'm good, I don't want it. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. So I ring up the price, and this lady starts to go ballistic. She tells me, how come you charged me this much for these sandwiches? And I said, you got double meat, you got extra bacon, you got all these things. And she was trying to tell me that I should not have charged for double meat or extra cheese or anything. She was like, I've never been to a place and they charge me extra for extra meat. And I'm like, lady, have you been out of your house for the past 5 years? You go to literally any fast food place or anywhere, they're gonna charge you extra for extra meat. I literally loaded these sandwiches up.
Ooh. Whoever he's making the sandwich for, I don't have respect for anymore. Even though I don't even know who they are, but ketchup, they're possessed by a demon if they want ketchup on the sandwich.
And she ended up walking out of the store saying that she didn't want to pay for them. Dude, I don't get angry when I'm working, but this was something that got me fuming. You give me a hard time. You make me make these sandwiches. You make me make these sandwiches very precisely and with a lot of stuff on it that I should probably be charging even more for. And you have the nerve to walk out and tell me that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Some people, man. I haven't really seen that lady ever since, and that's been the end of that. Let's hope that Karen doesn't come back into the store anytime soon. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate you getting to the end of it. If you're here, you might as well like the video and subscribe. About 65% of you aren't subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button because it really helps grow the community. Turn on that bell notification button so that you're one of the first to know when I upload.
Okay. Where's my boy black and white? What do you mean? I'm not black and white right now. I don't think I'm black and white, am I? Bro, I'm not black and white. I think you just have your phone on like grayscale. I'm looking at the stream on my phone. I am not, well, not anymore, but I am not black and white. I watched this one today, but let's watch it again.
I hate to say it, but franchise owners are some of the cheapest people that I've ever met in my entire life. Before we get started with today's video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of new people.
Alright, I might be busy tomorrow, but if it's like tomorrow evening, I will watch it. And I will totally not call you. And I totally won't call you. I'm joking.
Watching these videos, and if you're not subscribed, it really helps if you.
The only reason I'll call you is if you're just on stream. And if you call me, that's the only reason. But I'm not calling for this one since I have like over 100 videos I gotta watch for this.
You subscribe? Alright, let's get on to the video. So something that I've noticed in my time in this kind of space is that almost every single franchise owner I meet is unnecessarily cheap. I've said this before a lot of times, but there are some things that you have to be cheap on, like charging for double meat or charging for extra cheese, just because the profit-loss ratio is just so high for those things. But when I go to some fast food place and they want to charge me extra for a sauce packet, or if you even go to Subway and they want to charge extra for extra vegetables, there is a limit to that. These things have such a small profit-to-loss ratio that you're literally not losing that much money for just giving it for extra. You're actually making more money in the long term, as the customers are going to be more inclined to come back to your store and buy more because you're giving them what they want. My parents are actually inclined to doing this themselves, and I've tried to break them out of the habit for the past couple of months now, and we've seen so many more returning customers that are happy with our customer service because of this. One time I literally went to a pretty famous fast food place, burger place, I'm sure you could guess what it is, and I asked them if I get one extra packet of barbecue sauce, and they wanted to charge me $1 for a packet of barbecue sauce. I mean, dude, like, I don't even want to go and eat this burger anymore if you're trying to just finesse me out of this. And I've even gone to other Subways where they want to charge me extra for extra vegetables, and I understand if I'm getting like a mountain of lettuce or if I'm getting like 3 handfuls of onions, but I literally ask for a couple extra banana peppers. So if you're a franchise owner out there, I have some tips for you, and if you're not, this is just fun to listen to, so stay tuned anyway. 1, the customer is always right. Even when they're wrong, they're right. I know it's a hard thing to grasp, especially if you're new, but like, you have to cater entirely to what the customer wants, or else you're going to lose your entire value of your business. 2, the profit ratio of giving a little bit extra veggies is much higher than the cost of those vegetables. Having a happy customer is so much more valuable than having an extra couple of cents, I promise. And 3, just don't be stingy. Things like double meat, guacamole, extra cheese, the things you're supposed to charge extra for, you can charge extra for. But the things that you're not supposed to be charging extra for and that might just be a little annoying, don't show an attitude, don't get mad, don't charge a couple of cents extra, because it is not worth it in the long run. But I'm sure you might know how to run a business better than me, but these are just my tips, and these are the tips that have made our Subway gain like 300% in the past couple months. Thank you guys all for watching this video. I really appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you aren't. We have like 90% of you guys that aren't subbed, so it really helps if you do.
Alright, so we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 videos down. We're still in the three years ago part. This is where most of the videos are, like 3 and 2 years. Those are the most videos. Then everything past that shouldn't be too much.
Well, it's time for Malad to feed the trolls. On basically all of my platforms, since I've started creating content, I've gotten the same exact comment every time, which is Jared Fogle. I don't even know how to respond to people commenting this. It's like, I mean, just making sandwiches, how do I get tied to a child pedophilia person? Like, I understand if you're making jokes about Subway or like the fake tuna controversy, but you're literally making jokes about child pedophilia. You're a sicko, bro. Sicko mode. I'm sorry, this is a serious video and I just said sicko mode. But I mean, dude, like, the joke is kind of old, you know? Jared Fogle was a person that was fat and lost weight from Subway. I just make sandwiches on the internet and talk about stories. The first couple times I thought it was kind of funny, but then I started to think about it and realized this is kind of a horrible thing to comment, you know? You're making light of such a dark situation, and you're literally making it okay for people to joke about child pedophilia. I don't mean to sound like a Karen right now, but I kind of had to get this off of my mind. I feel like Subway made their mistake, and they will always live forever with this mistake, but I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to make it so that people can just enjoy watching sandwiches and enjoy hearing a story from a Subway worker, and maybe they could even relate to the story from the Subway worker. And people have always asked me what are my thoughts on that situation, and I would think it's kind of obvious, no? He's a pedophile. He belongs in jail for the rest of his life. I feel bad for his family, I feel bad for his kids, but Subway is not to blame anymore. Sure, they could have done their research on this person a lot prior. They could have done everything in their power to try to prevent this person from ever infiltrating the company as a spokesperson, but they made a mistake. They lived with it for like 5 years of lower sales, but at some point you have to understand it's not 100% the company's fault, and it's his fault. And the fact that I get called Jared Fogle, like, that is not, like, that's just awful. I'm sorry if this video has a serious undertone. I just really wanted to address this on here because, you know, I probably have kids on this channel that read that, and they go ahead and look up who Jared Fogle is, and it just unwinds this awful world for them. I don't think I have any more to say about this conversation. I understand the trolls are still gonna troll and comment it, they'll probably comment it even more. But just realize you're literally joking about child pedophilia. Something that is literally one of the most awful things that you could ever wish upon anybody. To everyone else, I love you so much. Have a great and positive day. If you're not subscribed...
Alright. It's gonna... Oh, the everything's up. Let's go.
So when I hit 100,000 followers on TikTok, I decided to make an everything sandwich. So that means I put every single item I could possibly put on the Subway menu onto one sandwich that's reasonable, you know? Like I didn't put cookies, sodas, all that jazz. But I put all of the regular menu items, like all the meats, all the vegetables, and all the sauces onto one sandwich. This thing was literally a lunch table concoction, and people loved it on TikTok. When I made it, I jokingly told my audience, if this video gets 1 million likes, I'll eat this entire sandwich, which it was a foot-long sub with literally everything on it. And prior to that, I never had 1 million likes on any video. That was like so unreachable. It wasn't even funny. So what I decided to do was I went live, and during my live stream, I literally hit 1 million likes on that video. It was like the most unfathomable thing I think I've ever experienced. So now I was stuck. It was either I had to eat this entire sandwich that would probably make me sick, or I would have to scam my audience out of a promise. And you know how we roll. There's no shot I'm scamming my beautiful audience. So I sat during that live stream and ate that.
Bro, what is wrong with this bacon? What is wrong with that? That does not look right. No.
Entire sandwich in one sitting. It was literally the most disgusting thing I might have ever eaten in my life. Well, it wasn't actually that bad until I got to the bite of falafel. That bite alone made me almost throw up on live stream. And my chat was going ballistic in that live too. It was nuts. So I thought to myself, you know, maybe I never make an everything sub and make this promise again. You would have thought I would learn my lesson, right? But then I hit 1 million on TikTok, and I made the same promise for when I hit 1 million followers. I made an everything sandwich, and I told them if this video gets 1 million likes, which you guys aren't gonna do, I already know it, I would eat the whole thing again. But this time, I put it into normal portions onto the sandwich. When I hit 100K, I literally took like half a scoop of tuna, half a scoop of like steak, just a little bit of everything. For this million sandwich, I literally put every single thing on the menu in normal portions, and they hit 1 million likes, and I had to eat that entire thing. I didn't do it on live this time. I literally took my time. It took me like almost the entire day to eat, and that sandwich literally had me sick. So you would think I would learn my lesson, right? Wrong. If this video hits 50,000 likes, I'll make another everything sub like I made when I hit 100K on TikTok. If it hits 100,000 likes, I will make it in normal portions. And if by some miraculous miracle this video hits 1 million likes, I will put every single item that I can possibly put at Subway onto the sandwich. That means every soda, every chips, every meat, every sauce, every cookie. Bro, I'll even put applesauce onto the sandwich. All of that onto the sandwich. And you know, I'll try to eat it. I don't even know if it's possible to eat that much, but that's by some miracle of luck if this video hits 1 million likes. So yeah, I gave you guys your first challenge. Let's see how you do. And also, if you're new
Subway, if you're watching this, you might want to check out this bacon. That does not look right. That does not look right at all.
New to this channel, be sure to subscribe. I'm posting just about every day. We're on that grind right now. And don't forget to like this video if you want to see me make that everything sandwich. Be sure to turn on bell notifications, and that's all for
We're nowhere even close. I remember this one.
This woman literally sang me her Subway sandwich order. Back at the old Subway I used to work at, it wasn't in the greatest area, if I'm being completely honest. Oftentimes, we would really get interesting characters coming in and out of that store. And on this particular day, we had a woman that was pretty frail and looked like she might have been on some stuff walking into the Subway. I was all alone, and it was close to closing time, and I was kind of a little freaked out, but I was like, all right, what can I get for you, ma'am? And all of a sudden, she breaks out into song. She goes, let me get a tuna sandwich. I'm like, oh my.
Bro, I got some Colton Dixon over here. Let's go.
God, what am I about to witness? And this woman sings me her entire sandwich order. Mind you, while tweaking. This had to be one of the most interesting experiences I've ever had at Subway, because 1, I rarely get people come in at night. 2, I never saw this woman one day in my life. And 3, she literally started singing to me. I mean, like, what are the odds of all of these things happening? And it's not like she just sang me that first part. No. She sang me through every single ingredient that she put on her Subway sandwich. At first, I was standing there like, what am I supposed to be doing here? And you know, I kind of loosened up and I started to sing it with her. No, I didn't actually start singing it with her, but could you imagine? I was getting getting into it, though. I was bobbing my head, showing her, yeah, I got you. But in my mind, I was like, bro, please leave. Overall, she was a nice woman. I mean, I'm not going to call her a Karen or anything, but I was very inclined to giving her that sandwich for free for that performance. Looking back, I definitely should have gave her at least a free cookie or free soda, but I was just completely in shock. I didn't think anything of it, and since then, I've had 2 customers sing me their orders. One was a middle-aged man that I also never seen before. He started singing to me during the Subway sandwich order, and the second one happened yesterday on my live. She wasn't singing me the order, but there was a song playing on the radio, and she just started singing during the Subway sandwich build. I've been impressed all 3 times. I mean, I don't think I can sing at all, and it takes some guts to just lay down some vocals in the middle of Subway. The first 2 times I was completely alone with the customer.
Sorry, I thought I heard tornado sirens.
But yesterday, there was another customer online watching her sing. And not to mention the 5,000 people that were watching on my TikTok live stream. I can't wait to find the next America's Got Talent star in Subway. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you're not subscribed already, please be sure to subscribe. We're growing at an incredible rate right now, and...
We were for a little bit. Keeping my promise.
Well, a promise is a promise. In case you missed it on one of the previous videos, I told you guys that if you'd get 50,000 likes, that I would make my everything sub with a little bit of everything onto it and eat the whole thing. Well, to my surprise, you guys have gotten over 100,000 likes on that video. So this is the video for the 50,000 sub. I put a little bit of everything onto this sandwich. Stay tuned for that 100,000 like video because I have to mentally prepare for that video. Literally gonna have to meditate in order to be able to eat that concoction. But yeah, this video, I basically put a little bit of everything onto this sandwich. In the end, it was actually kind of hard to close the sandwich, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how I did it. So first, we started off with the meats. You know how we roll. I put a little bit of every single meat onto it, but I wouldn't consider the falafel or veggie patty a meat. You already know those are the vegan options. And then I put every single slice of cheese onto it, 1 slice each, and then we throw on all the veggies and the seasonings and even a little bit of Parmesan cheese just to sprinkle on top. So yeah, I bet a lot of you guys thought I was going to cap about this, but come on, no cap on this channel. This voice recording is actually being recorded before I ate the sub. So now you're going to see me speed running the sub in a couple of seconds. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm recording this before just in case I get the meanest stomachache of the century. And I swear I'm literally eating this sub while I'm on shift. So this is real torture. I bet you guys will be a little bit impressed by this. Just a little bit at least. And I know that video hit 100,000 likes, so I'm going to make another one.
It's funny enough. I found a photo of me. Like, it's a little Christmas ornament. I found a photo of me on one. Why, like, if this guy was a little bit fatter, why did I look like him? Why? Like, take glasses off. Like, okay. So, I want you to envision my hair being flat like his, black, and just like this. For some reason, I feel like my head actually looked, well, for some reason, I felt like I looked like him.
Once again, I just need some time. Gotta let this one digest, and I literally will have to meditate for the next one. Like, that's not a joke. So yeah, I just want to take this moment and say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you for everybody that's showing love to these videos. This community is honestly incredible, and we've been growing so fast. It's actually kind of mind-blowing. And don't forget, if that video hits 1 million likes, like, we gotta put everything in the store onto this sandwich. So if you guys could take the time out of your day to give this video a like, I would...
Well, actually, wait, now we can just do it like this.
Really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on those bell notifications.
Yo, what up,
just
Jesse?
So you know exactly when I post. I usually like and reply most of the early comments, so that's another incentive why you should do it. Thank you guys all. This woman literally stole money from me. It was another fine day at the Subway. You know, this was back at the old Subway a few years back, and I was getting pretty busy. It was right after lunchtime. I was all alone, so I was definitely feeling the stress of the summer sun and all the customers coming in. Well, during this rush, I had a woman walk in and straight to the counter. She immediately started to yell at me, like, hey, I just need a cookie. Like, please come over and just ring me up so I can go. And I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll just get this out of the way so it's one less person in the store. So I go over to the counter. She goes, let me get a chocolate chip cookie. And I go, okay. And so I get the cookie out of the little cookie holder for her and put it in a bag and ring her up. I'm like, that'll be 91 cents, ma'am. And the woman hands me a $20 bill, and I go, okay, perfect. Let me get this done as soon as possible. So I give her $18 and change back. $19.
Yeah, I'm just, in a way I am, but I'm I'm binge watching this entire man's channel, excluding the shorts, just because.
And change back. Whoa, I can't do math. And so after I give her a change, she goes, hey, do you think you could hand me a straw from behind you? And I go, why, of course, ma'am. That's my job, to give you whatever you'd like, right? And then I turn around, grab the straw, and give it to her, and she goes to me, hey, you missed $10 from this. You only gave me $9 back. And I go, oh, that's weird. And I didn't really have time to go back and check the cameras. Obviously, every single time.
I mean, he says give you everything you like, technically. Thank you.
I would go back and check the cameras on something like this. So I figured, okay, maybe the woman is telling the truth, but I had some doubt in my head, and I was like, you know, I really don't think she's telling the truth because I've never made this mistake before. But I'm like, whatever. I got 2 customers online. They're hungry. They're waiting for the sandwiches. So I give her that $10 back, call it a day, and let her walk out. And I got to remind you guys, this woman...
Technically, he did give her everything she needed, so... Technically, did she rob you?
Had an incredible attitude with me. She literally immediately walked into the store, started yelling that she's in a rush. Was very peculiar about the one chocolate chip cookie that she was getting. And then it was only till the end that she tried to be very nice to me because she was trying to scam me out of money. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll check back later after this happens. I go ahead and make the other 2 sandwiches for the customers. And I'm like thinking in my mind after all this, I really don't think that I gave that woman incorrect change. So I go check the register and I count all the money to see if it lines up with what it says in the computer. And it was $10 short. So I'm like, I gotta check the cameras on this. So I immediately go to the back, turn on the cameras, and check out what was going on. While I was doing this, the woman turns around and just drops it into her pants and literally finessed me out of this money. I was shocked because there were literally 2 other customers in there, so the fact that they didn't see it, I mean, like, come on. But I can understand they were probably so focused on the delicious sandwiches in front of them. So the lady basically scammed me out of this money immediately, and I was a sucker that day. Karen got away with the fast one, I'll say that. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to hit that like.
Okay, so we are about 24 in. Well, I would if the video wouldn't get taken down. Because I've tried making a Miracles lyric video, and because I had the music video in it, the video got taken down. Like almost immediately, so I can't do those. Why work for free?
I've worked at Subway for 5.5 years completely unpaid, and before I tell you why, please make sure you subscribe. 91% of you guys are not, so subscribe and I'll give you a free cookie. So yeah, I've been working at Subway.
Copyright, and also just because I don't think the creators just want people taking credit for it, like the video itself.
Unpaid for my parents for the past 5.5 years, and whenever I tell my friends this or even my audience, their number one question is why. And you know, it's kind of a complex answer, but I'll take you through the whole story. So I have 3 older brothers, and every single one of them did the same exact thing. They all worked in my parents' Subway completely unpaid, and it feels like just kind of the thing to do in my family. If I'm being honest, when I first started working, I kind of wanted to be paid. I was like, oh man, it's kind of a bummer that I'm not paid. But then I talked to my brothers, and they said, ask your parents for money and I'm sure they'll give it to you. So I talked to my parents and I was like, can you guys pay me? And they were like, yeah, but none of your brothers did it. And I was like, you know what? You're right. They were completely willing to pay me as much as I want, but they said, if we're going to pay you, then you got to basically pay for all of your own stuff. And I was like, that's fair enough. So I didn't want to be paid at all. So that's probably the number one reason why I didn't get paid at all for the past 5.5 years, and I still don't get paid. And I already know a lot of the people in the comments are going to be like, wow, I would never work for free. What an idiot. But honestly, this is just kind of my way of gratitude to my parents. They came to this country and built such an amazing life for me and my brothers that the least I could do is just pay them back by working for free and building up their business and helping them. You know, it's kind of a thing that I like to think as a favor to my parents. I know a lot of people that don't get paid to work at their parents' restaurants, and it's just kind of a nice thing to do for your parents. I mean, they built this entire life for you, and they gave you a life outside of a country, inside of America, or whatever country you're in. That's beautiful compared to a lot of places in the world. So the least you can do is just help them out by working at their store for free. But when I told my TikTok audience about this, they completely backfired on me. They were trying to tell me that it's completely illegal for me not to be paid by my parents and how I'm so stupid for working for free for my parents, and it kind of felt bad if I'm being honest. I mean, I feel like I'm just doing a nice thing and, you know, being a grateful son to my parents, and I never really asked for money from them anymore. I mean, it's been literally 5.5 years since I even had that conversation with them. But there were a lot of people that were very supportive too. You can't let the hate outshine the good. And honestly, at the end of the day, money isn't everything. Family means a lot more than money, and having a bond through something like owning a store together, I don't think that's something that could ever be replaced. It's just kind of what you have to do. And I'm so grateful grateful to my parents for giving me this life. I know I said that a few times now, but it's really important to discuss this. I mean, they didn't have to really do anything for me. I'm really blessed to have the parents that I have and blessed to be in the situation that I'm in. So literally the least I could do is just work for free at my parents' shop. So yeah, I thought I'd just address this very quickly. I know some of you guys have wondered about this, and I kind of wanted to give a more in-depth explanation than what I've given before. Thank you guys all for watching this video. If you enjoyed it or you support me, please be sure to click that like button. And once again, 91% of you guys aren't subscribed, so if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'll give you a free cookie. Turn on those bell notifications. I reply to a lot of the early comments and like almost all the early comments. Peace and love, everybody. Thank you for watching this video, and remember, eat fresh.
Everyone deserves a free
Every
cookie.
single
Amen to
customer
that.
deserves a free cookie. If you know me and you've been watching my social media stuff for a while now, you would know that I always give away free cookies to people that recognize me. It's as easy as coming into my store, ordering something, and asking, "Hey, are you Milad from Subway?" And I'll be like, "Why, yes, sir, I am Milad from Subway." And I ask them, "What's your favorite kind of cookie?" And they tell me, and I give them that little cookie. It's my little gesture of saying thank you for supporting.
What do you mean? I'm binge watching this man's entire channel, just not the shorts. I'm going through every one of them. Subway man.
This journey and being an amazing human being. And I had a couple of you guys say, "Why did you give the Karen a free cookie last time you talked about this?" And well, the answer is pretty simple. Everybody deserves a free cookie. It's incredible how something as small as a cookie can make somebody's day. You would be surprised by how many people tell me, "Oh my god, you don't have to give me a cookie. I don't even know what to say." And it's something as small as a cookie. Could you imagine? I mean, if you're a business owner, here's a tip. If you give away a free cookie to your customers, they will be obsessed with your business. And this brings me to my story today. I had a lady walk in the other day that I gave a free cookie to, and she literally ended up giving me a $19 tip. Now, on average, I get approximately $0 in tips because nobody really tips at a Subway, but this lady giving me this much money, bro, it legitimately made my day. I sat down with the lady and talked to her about what she does and what her plans are, and she was a very, very sweet lady. She even told me if I ever get sick of Subway or looking for a new job that she's hiring at her law firm, and I was like, well, I don't think I'm going to take that offer just because
Because I'm reacting to this man's I'm just watching this man's entire channel. Because why not? I have nothing better to do with my life right now. Since I'm just trying to reach 800 by the end of the year. I have 4 days to do so. We're doing a subathon on Tuesday for New Year's, but I decided, why not? I am bored. Thank you, Jesse. I am bored. And telling stories, which I, for some reason, get entertained by this man. Let's just...
I love Subway and things are going well right now, but I really appreciate that. And another topic related to cookies, the other day, I burned the cookies. Now, on average, every month, I give about like 100 to 120 free cookies to my customers.
No way he burned the dang cookies. Oh, hi, Animation, you're back. But how dare he burn the cookies? Okay, I'm done.
This day, I wasted about 30 cookies because I burnt them. Dude, it felt so bad burning those cookies.
I don't know. Okay.
And my mom was there too, and the look on my mom's face when I pulled them out and they were burned, absolutely priceless. If you're watching this, Mom, I'm sorry for burning the cookies. But I have an excuse. It was lunchtime, I was on my live, and there were a bunch of people in the store that I was talking to and making sandwiches for. I can't really blame my mom. She was in the back, so it was my full responsibility to take the cookies out of the oven, but I was going to give those cookies away for free, but they were too burnt, and I was like, well, I feel like a bad person doing this. And the last thing about today's video, a lot of you guys have been wondering where my store location is. I know a lot of you guys want to come in and buy something so you can redeem that free cookie, so I'll tell you what. I know I've revealed it a couple times on my other social platforms, but when I reveal it on YouTube, I feel like it's going to be a pretty big deal and we're going to get flooded, so I'm going to make it a challenge. I'm sorry about all the challenges recently. I'll stop doing it if you guys don't like it, but I feel like a lot of you guys love it. So if this video gets 70,000 likes, in one of the next videos, I will drop my store location. And I love meeting you guys, so if I drop the store location, come through anytime. It's always fun to talk to you guys and learn more about my audience. You guys are some of the most unique and cool people I've ever met in my life. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit that like button. It really helps us with the algorithm, and I'll drop the store if you get enough likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. About 89% of you aren't.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I don't feel worthy enough. Because that's one of the 10 Commandments. Don't have idols. Don't have idols. Cool that you feel inspired by me, but don't have idols. The only idol that you should have, God, right there.
Aren't subscribed, so hit that red button. Come on now. And lastly, turn on those bell notifications if you're one of the first to come.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Karen among us. So as most of you guys saw,
Dun 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 dum dum. I'm everything. Yeah, they are.
the other day, I told you guys that I don't get paid by my parents, and that's completely by choice. I have to say this again because people don't seem to understand this. It is completely by choice. They pay me in other ways, like letting me live in their home, feeding me food on the table, letting me use their vehicle. But somebody from my audience went ahead and felt the need to email Subway corporate. In that complaint, they said Subway...
It's the person on this, on here.
supports unpaid labor for minors. This isn't okay, and I'm pretty sure it's illegal. Listen, Ashley, your name's not Karen, but I'm gonna call you Karen anyway from now on. I know your intentions were good, but this is not okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we don't want to mention IB clips on here, alright?
I literally said throughout that video many times that I am okay with everything going on. I actually love my parents more than you can even imagine. And this is a problem that I see a lot on social media. People don't see the full picture. From that 2-minute video, you felt the need to go to Subway corporate and make it our problem now that I don't get paid. That's what I don't understand. I know you're trying to stand up for me. I know you're trying to do the right thing, but please, this is a business. This isn't a game. Stuff like this actually
IB Clips is another stop motion stop motion creator who we recently trolled. So what were the minors? Oh my, why? Yeah, IB Clips is another stop motion creator that animation and Cool Guy Now, and we trolled. Cool Guy was streaming, and the three of us went trolling IB Clips the entire time. Like, for more than, like, an hour and a half of the stream. Yeah, I mean, he's chill. He's chill, but it's so funny trolling the man. A matter of fact, an upcoming song we have. Something on us trolling him. Yeah. I haven't watched them before. I don't watch a lot of, like, animation things. Yeah, you're chill. Yeah. You're not interested in that guy, you better be. We just trolled him on 2 different streams at once. You're chill. Yeah, you're chill.
Us in trouble with corporate, and I mean, honestly, I don't think I can really get in trouble with corporate anymore. They kind of love me now, and they just kind of brushed it off. But come on,
yeah,
I mean, like, I understand that some people just want to complain. You know, that's kind of a thing that Karens love to do. And you had very good intentions. I have to say this again. You would come into my store, I'd still give you a free cookie. But guys, complaining to corporate is not a joke. This is like the most Karen move that you can make. If I wasn't Malad from Subway and somebody just randomly complained to corporate on me, we would get fined from corporate. That's a thing that really happens. And if you get fined, that's literally money coming out of the business's pockets, and it's for stuff that we didn't even mean to do wrong. I mean, complaining to corporate is probably one of the worst things that you can do. So I just wanted to make today's video about that. Congratulations, Ashley. You have Karen of the month. And once again, for like the 5th time, I know your intentions were good, but just, I can handle myself. I promise I can handle myself. I don't need people going to Subway corporate and telling them about how this is illegal, because it's not, by the way. I'm doing this completely willingly, and I love my parents, so please just don't get them in trouble with stuff like this. Thank God Subway understands, and Subway fully supports me. They understand that I kind of know what I'm doing with this stuff. Also kind of don't. I mean, we're growing at an incredible rate. It's kind of scary. But I love you guys all from the bottom of my heart, even the Karen of the month. Listen, you had good intentions. I love you too. Free cookies for everybody. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Be sure to like it if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And turn on bell notifications so you're one.
Okay, so we are... So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, wait, 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 28, 32. We're 32 videos in. Am I the only one that subscribes? Nah, I have a lot of female. I have quite a few female subscribed. Yeah. Have free cookies too. I have free cookies too. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, nom nom nom. Okay, I don't know what would be interesting to see. Yeah. We have so many videos that we're watching for this man. And I'm trying to get this on by midnight, which I doubt we would. And do I want to get up early? I don't know. But revealing my store's location. Ooh.
I told you guys on a previous video if you hit 70,000 likes that I would reveal the location of my store, and well, you guys smashed that. I'm pretty sure you got 70,000 likes in like 20 hours, which is insane. So
I don't know who Teddy is. 53 men. 53 men. Honestly, wait, let me check mine. That's probably something that I should check real quick. How many male and female viewers I have. Because I have a lot of... Okay, let's just check. Analytics, audience. Our attention span is... Let's go, not with toast. Okay. Bro. Wait, hold on. I have 22.9% are female for me, and then I have 77 as male. 0 user specific, which is good because that was 1% a few months ago. Yeah, and now it's zero. It's zero now. It's zero for me. It was probably like that a while ago though. I started going crazy. But how dare you? We have 95.8%. You guys want to see me? Oh, wait, you can't even see it. It's so bright. The top is male. It's male right here, female right here. You can just tell how many we got the boys watching. All right, we gotta finish. We gotta finish this. We gotta finish the stream.
I'm gonna tell you guys exactly where my store location is. Oh man, I'm a little nervous because when I revealed this on TikTok and Instagram, my store became flooded, and I think now it's literally gonna be the busiest that it's ever gonna be. But before I reveal this, please don't drive like 3 hours away. I've had some people do that, and I promise it's not worth it.
I'm about to drive like. This is in New Jersey, so it's quite a far drive. Bro, I'm gonna get my boy. I'm gonna get my boy SJ with me. We're gonna drive a crazy amount for this.
I might not even be working at the subway at the time if you drive all the way that far, and that would make me feel so bad if you drove far and I wasn't there. But if you're from around the area, come through anytime. Let me know that you know who I am, and you already know you get that free cookie. So my Subway store location is in Cedar Grove, New Jersey. To be more...
Okay, chat, we gotta search up how far Cedar Grove, New Jersey is from my location. Bro, my stream the other day had a record of number of people, up to 38 people, and all of them for a little while were people I even never seen. A lot of girls, I think. I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy, cool guy. I'd never have had that. I don't think. It was cool to reach new viewers. Let's see, he froze. That's something I get Andrew a whole lot with that because I just go. And it's just like it works so well. Yeah, sounds defining. Yeah. So If we wanted to go to this man's Subway, we would be going 19 hours and 27 minutes. Which is crazy. So if we wanted if we wanted to get everybody in the stream to fly out to Oklahoma, we all meet somewhere, like Oklahoma City or something. Yeah, we just get a road trip and we drive 20 hours to go up to see Malad Merg. That's the best thing we could possibly do with our lives. Let's go. We should do that sometime, yeah.
For exact, it's on Pompton Ave. I'm not going to give the exact address away, but yeah. So Pompton Ave,
Let's
Cedar
go.
Grove, New Jersey, the only Subway in Cedar Grove.
Not gonna lie, Cole, I think you're the only one that would be willing to. It's Not What Toast. I feel like Not What Toast might be willing to do it, but then again. But no, here's the thing. My friend can drive. Well, he has a permit. Next summer he will. He'll have his license. And also because it's not like I can't just get a whole lot of Ubers to work. Actually, no, I'd rather just be one of us could drive, and then just get the boys together and everyone in the chat. Yeah, she doesn't have a car. I mean, unless we can drive a train, then yeah, definitely we could do it. Yeah. Hold on, let me check real quick how far she is, because I think I know where she is. She's only an hour closer. 18 hours and 15 minutes. So it wouldn't be that much. Unless she just flew to Oklahoma City, then yeah, it would be a little bit longer.
So if you're nearby, I would love to have you in my Subway, and if I'm working, I would love to make you your sandwich. Who knows, maybe if you come by, you'll even get your sandwich on like TikTok or YouTube or a platform. I've had a lot of customers come in and get their sandwiches on TikTok and YouTube and all these different platforms. It's pretty cool, and it's always fun talking to you guys. A few of my favorites that have come are the kids from Ohio. They literally drove like 6 hours.
Down in Ohio, swag like Ohio.
Once again, I would not advise doing this. It's not a smart idea, especially if I'm not working. Could you
That's why we go back the next day.
you imagine? I had a family from the Bronx come in, and I had a bunch of kids from the Bronx come in a couple weeks ago too.
Yeah.
They were all
Oh,
such
gosh.
lovely people, and it's always so nice to just meet you guys and just talk. I mean, you guys bring such unique and incredible stories, and I will admit there are some customers that always come in and they're a little shy, but I try to be as nice as possible. You know, if you're shy, I don't blame you. It's kind of hard, but I want to remind you that I am literally just a Subway worker. I am the most normal person that you will ever meet. I promise. You could talk to me about anything and we'll have a conversation. And lastly, I think one of my favorite customers that has come in that has known me from the social media stuff is this kid named Anthony. He actually came in yesterday. He was wearing a Kobe Bryant shirt and a Kobe Bryant chain. It was kind of iced out. And he was like 8 years old, and he asked me to sign a bag of Cheetos for him. And at that moment, I was like, oh, what a sweet and nice kid. And the kid left me a $10 tip. That's more than the tip that all the Karens that have ever been to my store have given me combined. So yeah, shout out to all of you beautiful people. I'm sure there's a lot of people that I missed, and I'm sorry if I missed you. But I'm looking forward to meeting you guys. And if you come to my store and it's super busy and I'm either all alone or with one or two other people, please forgive us. The line can get crazy sometimes, but I promise I will get to you and make your sandwich for you. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And once again, if you missed it, it's in Cedar Grove, New Jersey on Pompton Ave. Everybody have a blessed day. I love you.
So okay, that was a longer one. I don't appreciate that. Wait, where was it? It was right here.
So while I was brainstorming for what to do with today's video, I talked to my brothers and asked them, do you guys have any crazy Subway stories that you'd want to share? And nonchalantly, my brother goes, do you know who that UFC champion is that beat Conor McGregor? And I'm like, Khabib Nurmagomedov? And he's like, yeah, back in 2011, he actually came to our store and applied for a job at Subway and asked my dad if he could rent out an apartment. And I'm like, what? Dude, how did it take 10 years for you to tell me this story. This should have been the first story that I put on my YouTube ever. So back in 2011, Khabib and his family moved from Dagestan to the United States, and they actually moved to my area. I already knew that because they trained at the dojo right near my house. But apparently their first week moving here, they were looking for jobs to fill the void, and they needed a place to stay. And my brother said at the time Khabib looked like a very frail little kid. That's definitely not true now, and if Khabib heard me say that, I'm sorry, Khabib, you are not a frail little kid. You're probably one of the greatest fighters of all time. So basically, him and his family came into my Subway and asked if they could get jobs and if they could get an apartment. Because his dad started talking to my dad, and they knew that my dad rented out apartments. Unfortunately, at the time, we weren't hiring at Subway because it was a really, really slow time. I mean, like, we already had too many employees, and the store wasn't doing too well just because it was the winter, and my dad didn't have any apartments. If I could go back in time, I would slap some sense into my dad and say, do you know who this man is? But my brother actually made a Facebook status about it when it happened. I thought it was pretty funny, so he said 3 guys just walked into the Subway and said they were from Dagestan and said they were going to be UFC fighters. They then said they wanted jobs at the store, so do I hire them? Yes, you hire.
Oh, he might still be here. The viewer count never says. Yeah, the viewer count always lies. People sometimes just watch. Well, wait, I can probably check right now how many people. It's something that we do. Yeah. It's something the guys say. Yeah.
This is a UFC. Oh my God, yes. It's kind of sad. I mean, imagine Khabib started working at Subway and he never went to the UFC and just ate cookies all day. Maybe it's a good thing.
I don't know, actually. That's a good point. I should make her a mod. Hold on, let me get somewhere real quick, and let me do that. Hold on, because I can't do it on here because I would have to completely get off this and get off the streak. But there we go. As moderator. Now, don't take advantage of me doing this, okay? Because if you do that, I will have to take you off. Cool guy, don't give her ideas. Cool guy, don't give her any ideas, okay? Okay, let's just continue watching.
Watch. He didn't hire him. Or he would have started wrestling the customers. But yeah, once again, Khabib actually trained at the dojo right by my house, which is a pretty cool thing too. And I've had a couple of my friends tell me that he walked into the pizza place.
Well, I mean, we already have many mods. She does not have unlimited power. I only put her standard. Meaning, well, she has the same power as you, cool guy. If anyone has the most power, it's Ace and I. We have the most power on this channel. Well, I have the most, but he has, like, he's the head moderator. Yeah, and you can also just remove messages. That does not mean you get to time someone out because they said they don't like Colton Dixon, though. That's not a good reason.
Place that they worked at and ordered pizza. So Khabib, if you're still out there, I would love to give you that job offer once again. We would love to have you working at my Subway behind the counter. I'm sure you'd make a killer sandwich, and I'm sure you could even kill the sandwich. So if you're interested, send location. Thank you guys for watching this video. Stay positive, stay beautiful.
Love Colton, spare me. Yeah, we're gonna spare. Yeah, we're gonna spare. Yeah. I said that's not a good reason to time someone out because to ban someone because they don't like Colton. That's not a good reason at all. Okay, the rare male Karen. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna spare Colton, of course, but A rare male Karen.
Shocking, right? A male Karen? And I know a ton of you guys are going to say, that doesn't make sense. A male can't be a Karen. But trust me,
yeah, they
after
can.
the story, you'll
I've met a
understand
lot
why
of
I
them.
call him a Karen. So it was another fine afternoon at Subway. You know, I was doing my thing, chopping up sandwiches, doing the best I can. And I had a customer walk in, and immediately once he walked in, I just felt the air become thin. There was just this look on this man's face that was like,
I am not seeing Wicked to save my life. If it was the last movie on Earth, I would not watch it. You don't. Yeah, that's not a movie I would be interested in watching.
I'm about to ruin your day. And you know, I'm always up for a challenge, so I said, hello, sir, what can I do for you? Immediately gives me a finger and goes, you're gonna have to wait a couple minutes. I need to make my decision. I go, all right, sir, take your sweet time. I'm here all day. I'm here to just make your sandwich whenever you're ready. Just let me know when you're ready. And he immediately says, I will let you know when I'm ready. Thank you. And I go, you're welcome. And so after about 5 minutes of deciding what to get, the man finally orders his sandwich, and he goes, let me get a roasted chicken.
Oh, you haven't seen Sonic yet? Oh, you need to watch that. It's fire. Although I still prefer Sonic 2 over Sonic 3. It's still a really good movie. Yeah.
Sandwich, and he got it on whole wheat bread, so I was like, of course. He was like, make sure the bread is soft. I don't want no hard bread. And I'm like, oh, absolutely, sir. I was already gonna give him soft bread. I mean, my Subway doesn't really give out hard bread. I know some Subways do, and that's kind of scummy. But yeah, I got him his bread. I started making the sandwich, and I was like, you want some cheese on it? He goes, yeah. It tells me the cheese. Then I put the sandwich in the toaster oven. We continue making the sandwich, and I just kind of go through the whole thing. And at the end of me making this sandwich, the man goes to me and says, did you toast my sandwich? And I go, yeah, you told me to toast it, and it's a chicken sandwich.
I'll just say this. Movies that get too dark. It's like Sonic. I don't find that a movie that's like, oh gosh, this needs to be more dark. It's like, I don't think it needed that. It didn't make it bad, but it didn't make it like, oh, I love it. Cool. Yeah, I just personally liked Sonic 2 better. Tell me about it.
Sandwich, so we toast all the chicken sandwiches just because our chicken's cold, and you should have seen the anger in this man's face. He literally started saying to me, dude, I didn't tell you to toast the sandwich. What are you doing? You can't follow simple instructions. That's why you work at
I don't know. I like a lot of PG-13 movies, okay? That's what I watch. Tails is fire, but Tails does not remind me of Colton. Holy crap. Now. Okay, let's just continue watching this.
Subway. And I was like, do you want me to make you a new sandwich, sir? And he was just kind of standing there for a few seconds, and he was like, do you mind? I'm sorry. And that was a little bit of compassion that I got, and that was enough for me. And I was like, of course, man, I'll make you another sandwich. I'll just take this one home with me. And I actually offered him the sandwich. I was like, do you want this sandwich too? And I'll just make the next one for you for free. And he was like, nah, I'm good. I can't eat it. And I was like, okay, it's gonna go to waste, but all right. And I make the second sandwich for him. And, you know, I always say, thank you and all these things while I'm at the register just to be polite, and he would be abrasive and say, you're welcome. This was one of the more annoying times at Subway, and it was a rare male Karen. I mean, who would have thought, right? So after he left, I was pretty happy that it was over. I felt like I just went through a war.
This man's
and there
videos.
is a happy ending to this story. This man actually comes into Subway now, and he's gotten a lot better. I've been polite to him. I've been nice to him just about every single time that he comes in, and he's become a lot nicer to me too. So here's a rare example of turning a Karen into a nice guy. That's today's story. If you enjoyed it and made it this far, please like the video. It really helps us, and be sure to subscribe if you're not. Turn on those bell notifications so you know every time I post. Peace and love, everybody. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And
oh, that makes sense. I love how I just have to scroll now a whole lot, because we were here, then we're going down here. Oh, I didn't realize that she said last year I didn't watch the Paw Patrol movie. I would not have watched that to save my life. I mean, I would, just to make fun of it. It's like Ace and I were going to go watch Dogman when it comes out, and we're only going to make fun of it. It's going to be so funny watching that. Honestly, I don't know how I could react to Peppa Pig. Because I love seeing the YTPs of it, and I can almost guarantee you, if they made a movie for it, it would turn into be like the Minecraft movie and be live action and make it just so bad. I can almost guarantee you people would bring forks into the theater. Be like, bacon. Yeah, basically. Paw Patrol is just so I can make fun of it. I wouldn't actually watch it because I would think, oh, it would be enjoying. No, it wouldn't. Next in 2026, Shrek 5 is coming out. That's all I need to be excited for. But Wicked, I'm not gonna watch that. Good one. Cool. Yeah, the new Shrek is coming out. Okay, we gotta. Okay, I'm done talking about Wicked. I'm done talking about Wicked and that stuff. We're gonna talk about Subway. Subway talk, not DC talk. Subway talk.
So the other day I was working on my shift and some man came in and as you can read by the title, we got very lucky. The boy Tito came in and it was kind of the usual. I mean, he walked in, he was like, yo, let me get and then he ordered his perfect Subway sandwich. I wish I could remember what the order was, but I remember that it just looked so delicious. And the entire time I could tell Tito was a little nervous. I mean, he was a fun guy, but he was stuttering on his words and I don't know, I just kind of had a feeling that he knew who I was, and I like to be like really nice to all my customers, but
I do. Is that weird? Yeah. That's why I just don't watch movies. I get, bro. My friends, I was made fun of because I kept. You even do it as well. You're over just like, you don't like the only Star Wars movie I watch is like the worst one in the world. Yeah, I used to go to the Walmart Subway every weekend. Now I haven't been there in years. Yeah, it is the worst. I mean, it's the only one I've watched, so I can't really have any other opinion for that.
But when having a hard time like this, I like to just keep quiet. But at the end, I had a conversation with the man. He was a very generous and kind guy. He told me about how he's living in an area that's kind of near me and how he has a job and all these cool things. And the boy Tito, at the end of all of this, decided to drop me $100 tip. The sandwich was like $9, and the man gave me $100. I was like, Tito, you just made my day. And he said,
I have been to the Florida Walmart. It is weird.
no, you made mine because of all of your TikTok content and all of your YouTube content. I love.
Actually, wait. I don't know if it was weird or not. It's been years since I've even been to Florida. But yeah, you told me that earlier with your big Lego set. I might be busy tomorrow, and I might just sleep through tomorrow, depending on how long this stream is. Or I might just stream multiple things. You won't to Florida this year in May. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been to Florida in like 3 years. Actually, wait. No, 4 years. It's been 4 years since I've been to Florida. Actually, wait, no, 5 years. Nearly 6 now. Holy crap! Time's flying by. Yeah, Walmart is just sketchy as crap, buddy. It's insane. Oh my gosh! That's the next video I got. Let's go. All of Jesse's fears. Like, cool guys' favorites and Jesse's fears.
Love it, man. And I was like, what? So you do know who I am. He gave me a very nice backstory about himself, and he told me about how my content like makes him happy, and that makes me happy. But sometimes I don't want to be happy. No, I'm kidding. I have no reason to never not be happy. I mean, I'm employed. I have a beautiful family. I'm luckier than like 90% of the world. And you already know Tito had to get that free cookie. And to this day, I know Tito even told me this, but to this day, this is the highest tip I've ever gotten at Subway, which is mind-blowing. I mean, before this, it was like $35, but the man dropped me $100. $100 in the tip jar. On his way out, he asked for a drink too, and I was like, listen, Tito, I got you with the cookie, I got you with the drink. Just take that thing and run.
I don't
And
know
he
what
says he's
she's
gonna come
scared
back.
of.
So Tito, if you're out there, I love
Talking
you,
to
man.
me on-
Thank you
talking
for
to
all
me
of
on
it.
a
So moving
daily
into a little
basis,
story time,
that's what-
I
that's
feel like
what
a lot
I-
of people don't respect
a
the
lot of
tipping. I mean,
people
I
are
don't ever
afraid
expect a tip at a
that
fast food
talking to
place.
me
I
on a
mean, I'm just making a
daily
sandwich,
basis.
you know. But if I'm making you a $45 order, you know,
What?
dropping $1 in that tip jar wouldn't kill you. I actually told
Are you afraid of
TikTok about this
ambulances?
a
Those are
long time
good.
ago, and I got berated in the comment section. It was probably one of the most toxic comment sections I've ever had, and I was just kind of reading the comments and laughing. I mean, like, what pull do I have? I work at Subway, you know, but I was just telling people, like, maybe you should tip, like, your fast food workers. You know, they kind of work hard, especially if it's, like, a 60-year-old woman that's, like, working at McDonald's or, like, Wendy's. You know, a couple bucks here and there would never hurt them. It would actually make their day, but I'm not saying tip $100. Like, Tito, you're actually a legend. So, yeah, I've had many Karens in my day order, like, $50, $60 worth of food, and then
Jesse, that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to do. I mean, if you're over here, like, if you broke your leg, or if you're like, if you're hurt, you have to. If you're in a car accident, there's gonna be an ambulance there. They have to come close to you, buddy. And trucks, well, yeah, that's what they're supposed to do. Okay, ambulances are supposed to come near you, buddy. They're after you for real.
And, like, when they get to that tip section, they just skip right through it. And I'm like, okay, that work was for nothing. But once again, tips are not expected. You know, I'm just telling you, if you want to make someone's day, drop them like 50 cents in a tip jar, even $1. That'll make someone's day so much better. That's it for this video. I just wanted to share that little story with you guys. I mean, I had a lot of fun in the past few days, and right now I'm in Florida. You guys will see a little video about that soon.
Speaking of being
Be sure
in
to like
Florida,
this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're growing at an incredible rate. I'd love to have you on the team, and turn on those bell notifications. Peace
Yeah,
and
it
love,
should be
everybody. Thank you
nice.
guys for watching, and remember, eat fresh.
Okay, chat. We are. Dang. I flew to Florida to make ice cream. Let's go.
So, guys, I literally flew down to Florida to make ice cream, and I'm going to take you through the whole story because it's been kind of insane. So, a few weeks ago, I had one of my good friends on TikTok who has 8.6 million followers now. His name's Dylan, and he actually is here on YouTube, too. He makes ice cream with a popular ice cream company called Cold Stone Creamery, and he was like, dude, we love your videos, and he's actually my good friend, so, like, we've been talking about this for a while, but he was like, come down, let's make ice cream, let's make content, it'll be a ton of fun. So, the person he's working with named Rick, yo, big shout out to Rick, he's a great guy, actually flew me down, and he's paying me to make ice cream with Dylan all weekend long, and it's been a blast so far. But my trip was kind of a nightmare getting here, and there's been some funny stuff along the way. So on Thursday night, I went to bed at like 2 in the morning, and then I realized my flight was at 8 a.m., so I would have to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning sharp. Once I woke up in a panic because I literally thought that I missed my flight. It was like 6:30 in the morning, and I was like, I'm not gonna make it, I'm not gonna.
You don't know what an NPC is? An NPC. So, how can I explain this really well? Do you know what robots are? Because if you look at, like, Mario games, all the things you're trying to kill are NPCs. Basically. If you play card games, and you're not going online, a lot of the cars you're racing are NPCs. It's that simple.
Make it.
I know what Robux are. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I know what Robux. Robux are quite easy to know. It's super easy to know what Robux are because almost everyone has played Roblox at least once. I'm ashamed to say that I've played it.
I'm not gonna make it. But then I called my Uber, and my Uber was there in a jiffy, and I made it like an hour early, and I was pre-checked in, so that was a lot of fun. I get onto the plane, immediately greeted by a bunch of crying babies, but what can you do, man? They're just little kids. And I had a window seat, and I had to go to the bathroom like 3 times. The people on my flight that were sitting next to me were probably so mad at me, and there was a kid behind me just like screaming to his best friend across the aisle. Honestly, nightmare fuel of a flight, but it was actually...
Honestly, I just don't like flying. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with flying because I love flying. I don't like flying at the same time because I'm afraid of heights, and also because, like, my parents made me go through Delta, and that's just crap doing that. I don't like Delta. It's the worst. No offense. It's just not great. Anyways, yeah.
Really pretty good once I knocked out. Yeah, I fell asleep basically throughout the entire.
But then I love flying because it's better than driving. I mean, you aren't 6 foot, and that makes a big difference on some things.
Entire 3-hour flight. But once I got down here, I immediately went to the Cold Stone, and me and Dylan started whipping up ice cream like it's nobody's business. I've never worked at a Cold Stone before, and as you can see right now, I'm not bad at making ice cream, you know? It's definitely not Subway, and you know, Subway's the ghost, like I can't really say much. But it's a ton of fun. I mean, like a job at Cold Stone is pretty comparable to a job at Subway. We were so busy on Friday night when I landed, and there were kids that came in that knew I was coming, and they actually, like, they were asking for me. It was such a trip. So on Friday night, we literally had lines out of the door. Yo, I'm gonna be honest, there were a few Karens down here in Florida. It's not hard to find a Karen here. And all the people that were working at the Cold Stone were so cool. And I'm not gonna lie, yo, it was a struggle making that first ice cream. But once I got past the initial struggle, it was easy sailing. Cold Stone has this thing called chop, chop, fold, fold. So once I got that down to a science, I you know, I'm unstoppable making.
Well, I am. If I was on. 1 second. Give me like 2 seconds. Jesse, what do you think of this right here? Oh gosh. Never mind. I'll just send you a picture of it later. Well, yeah, I'll send it to you later. Oh my. This is what it's like being 6. I can't even stand up straight. So my head touches the fan. And this just scares me already. No, I just stepped on the same thing like 2 times in a row. Okay. I'm back.
Ice cream. Definitely not as good as Dylan though. Yo, Dylan was like throwing ice cream up in the air and catching it. He was like making 2 ice creams at once with like 1 hand each. This kid is a master. Literally the greatest ice cream maker I've ever seen in my life. So basically, I got flown down to Florida to make ice cream. I mean, like, dude, my like, I'm so grateful. This is like my dream. I do thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I mean, this is so insane. And as I've been down here, TikTok's been doing really well too. I hit 3 million followers on TikTok. I got a 10 million view video, and Dylan's killing it too. By the way, Dylan is gonna be linked in the description. I'm gonna get him to post a lot more to YouTube, and I'm 100% sure his YouTube content is gonna be banger. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to do anything else or go to any other jobs. I mean, I think that would be a sick idea.
Cool Guy's baby sister killed him again. Okay. Our employees tried to pull a heist on us. Let's go.
Alright guys, today's story is probably one of the funniest ones I got. I once
Yes, 2 actually.
I asked my brother if he had any old Subway stories from before I started working there, and he told me the story. I'm not exaggerating when I say I was crying laughing. So way before I started working at the old Subway, probably around 10 years ago, I was a little boy at that time. We had an employee at the store named Jeremy, and this story is really ironic because one of my best friends right now, and he actually works at the store too, his name is Jeremy too. Jeremy, I know you're watching this video, so do not follow the actions of the other Jeremy, please. So it was another night at Subway, and this was a new hire that had been working there for about a month at the time, and one night came where Jeremy was locking up the store, and I guess he had had enough of his job at Subway, and so man's planned out the greatest heist of all time. Wait till you hear this. So the next day,
Not
we went
twins.
to the Subway, and we went and realized that the door wasn't locked to the Subway, and there was some stuff that was
love
like
this story
scattered
so
around.
much.
It made it look like there was a burglary attempt in the store. Immediately, we thought that we got robbed, so we were spamming Jeremy's phone, and like nothing. We got nothing. No answer, nothing. So we were like, huh. That's suspicious. So, you know, the first thing you're going to do is obviously go to the cameras. I mean, like, that's the easy choice. So we go and watch the camera footage back, and we see a person with the same exact skin tone, look the same exact
I have no
size as
idea.
Jeremy, and literally, like, the same build, walk into the Subway after Jeremy had left. And we saw Jeremy, like, fake trying to lock the door when he was leaving. Like, he was, like, putting his key in, but, like, not lock. Like, it was obvious, you know? Mans was wearing a pillow sheet over his head. A literal pillow sheet. Our cameras have night vision too, so it's like so obvious to be able to see everything. So he walks into the store, goes straight to the register, starts throwing stuff around to make it look like a mess. I don't know if he forgot that we had cameras in the store, if I'm being real. Like, he had to have known what he was doing. I don't understand this logic at all. But from what my mom told me, he wasn't really the smartest kid, you know? So after he caused all of this ruckus, he went straight to the register and started pulling all of the money and putting it into a plastic bag, and then went to the safe, started like hitting it a few times, got the safe open, took all of that
he has
money
a
too.
dad,
And
but
this is
other
the
than that,
kicker.
I
On
have no
his
idea.
way out, he took every single cookie in the cookie case, apparently.
Probably
Bro,
his cousins
all you
as
gotta
well.
do is ask for a free cookie. You already know I got you. Come on now. So basically, after all of this, it was pretty obvious. My parents went to the police, and I really wish that I was around at this time. I literally must have been like 8 years old, so I had no idea what was going on. And like 20 minutes later, apparently, the cops found Jeremy in his house, and they took him to jail, and they arrested him. If somehow this video gets back to you, buddy, don't steal in the future. Come on, like, that's like the dumbest thing you could have done. Like, just ask us for money. And to the Jeremy that's my friend right now and works with me, it's unfortunate that your name is also Jeremy, but I love you, Jeremy. I know you're watching this video right now. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for watching these videos. It's crazy how fast we're growing. Guys, we got So on my flight on my way home, I was desperately searching for what kind of content to make for today's YouTube video, and it's incredible. It's like content literally flew out of the sky and hit me in the back of the head. The woman sitting next to me on the flight was a pure Karen in her natural habitat. Honestly, at this point, I feel like I'm just a magnet for Karens, but you know, what are you gonna do? So immediately as we were boarding the flight, the lady was like 2 people behind me, and I could just hear her saying that I cut into the line, which I didn't, by the way. I was standing there the entire time. And as I was boarding the flight, I was looking, and I was like, oh, please don't let this woman sit next to me. You ever just see somebody and be like, okay, that woman might be a Karen? Well, yeah, this was that case. And so she sat right next to me on the flight, and immediately as we were about to take off, she was screaming into her phone on speakerphone, like not in her ear, like she was on speakerphone full volume, and she was screaming into her phone. And you know, that's okay. I mean, like, I've seen that happen before. That doesn't make you a Karen, you know? Yo, if I'm being honest, this flight was kind of nightmare fuel. So as soon as we started taking off, she started nudging my elbow against a little armrest. I had a window seat, and usually when you have a window seat, you have that one little armrest to your left to yourself, and the one on the right, you know, sometimes you're not
I
supposed
actually
to
haven't
take it,
gone
but
yet,
I
but
took
I
the
will
back
now.
of it because she wasn't using it at all. And as soon as I put her arm onto it, she just like immediately put her arm onto the armrest and started nudging my arm off. And I was like, you know what? Okay, that's fair enough. I can't blame you. So I immediately gave up the armrest because, you know, what am I supposed to do? I mean, like, yeah, show respect to other people, right? But I
This
tried
is-
falling asleep on the plane, and I kept getting nudged by her
just
on the
biting
plane.
the
It
mic
seemed like
because I
every
can.
single time I fell asleep, I just got a nudge and just got woken up by this woman sitting next to me. I tried saying, hey, can you just like watch your arm because you keep waking me up at one point, and she just completely
see me chug a
blatantly
bottle in,
ignored
like,
me.
2
And
seconds?
as the stewardess was
Bottle of
passing,
water.
because you know I'm not flying first class. In economy, you get like a free drink and a free snack. But the woman that was passing by just completely
Even
missed
if you
me
say
because I
no,
was
I'm
looking
still
down
going
at
to
my
do
phone,
it.
and I tell this woman next to me, hey, can you get her attention? Blatantly ignored. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? I just gotta count my losses and just sit here and wait for the plane to land. So I close my eyes once again, and I get nudged. At this point, I was kind of fuming, and I was like, do I
Engine's
even
doing
bother
good.
trying to get up and go to the bathroom? But I was like, you know what? I'm a man. Let's try this out. So I stand up and try getting out of the aisle, and all of a sudden I look at her and I'm like, oh, she's not gonna let me pass. And I was like, you know what? I gotta count my losses. This is just not my day. So I sat there, waited for the plane to land, waited until every single person left that plane, and then I walked off. Moral of the story: don't fly from Florida alone without knowing who you're sitting next to. All right, guys, that's today's story. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like this video, please. It helps for the algorithm. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on those bell notifications. Peace and love, everybody. Have a beautiful.
Here's the thing about him. He rarely answers phone calls. He actually answers text messages. But something he's good at is calling you at the worst times possible for me. Texting sometimes. But yeah, sometimes I just don't even want to talk to anybody, which is why I don't even talk to him sometimes. Half the time he calls me, I just go decline, because it's like he calls when I'm like, dude, we just talked an hour ago.
So back in my high school days, I was a little bit of an awkward kid, I'm not gonna lie. I was the type of kid that would just go, put my head down, go to class, do my work, and go home. And you know how high school is. I mean, most of us don't even really want to be there, but we just go for the grades and for our parents. Well, I had a number of moments in high school that I like to self-proclaim as the most embarrassing moments of my life, and I thought I'd share them for millions of people on the internet right now. So here we go. In my freshman year of high school, I was always a little awkward kid, you know, but my brother was in the school and his friends were, well, they loved to scream and shout and let it all out with me. They would scream my name in the hallways. They'd be like, my word! And, you know, being the shy little kid, I wasn't like, oh, God.
And yet, every time we're in a dang phone call, his friend calls, he's like, oh, my friend's calling, I gotta go. I'm like, dang, I don't do that with you. Probably say really get phone calls, so I can't really be talking.
Hi. I mean, they were good kids. Like, they were insanely nice kids, you know? But I was just so shy and so awkward that I had no idea how to even react. So, freshman year of high school was basically hell for me, I'm not gonna lie. But sophomore and junior year,
Yes,
things got a lot better, let me tell you. I started making new friends. I started going to the gym more and playing sports. I started just being myself, not really care what other people thought. But that doesn't mean embarrassing stuff didn't happen. I remember this one day in science class where I was just sitting there. The entire class was listening to the teacher speak, and, well, I had to sneeze. But this was no ordinary sneeze, let me tell you. I literally sneezed and I got snot all over my hand. I mean, like, not just...
That is me in English class. I don't sneeze. I just have a really runny nose at the worst times possible. So when I'm at home, oh yeah, cool. I don't care if I get that. I don't have allergies. When I'm at school, though, that's when everything decides, oh, I'm about to ruin your day. And it's just like... It's always in English. It's like when God let the Red Sea come back down. That's what it looks like. It's just coming down. I literally just my nose said, "I'll build a boat, so let it rain." Why do you keep doing your mouth? What? Because. Like this. Because I'm agreeing to him sometimes. Also, this is just how I usually have my face.
It's like little bits of snot, like an entire snot bubble. And the girl sitting right next to me decided to scream, "Ew!" God, I hated that girl. No, I'm kidding, if you're watching. But yeah, basically the entire class looked at me for a second and I was like, I got snot on my hand, teacher. I gotta go to the bathroom. And she let me go to the bathroom. I mean, my teachers were always pretty chill, too. I had one teacher my senior year of high school that literally had an existential crisis every single day. He was a great man. I mean, he was so nice to the kids, but he made class so entertaining. This was literally one of the only classes I genuinely looked forward to going to every single day. We would just be sitting there and then out of nowhere he would start saying like, oh, our existence is just futile, we're gonna all die one.
This was my math teacher last year. Oh my gosh. Except it wasn't for like things like that. It was just the kids in my math class. They got on his nerves so easily, and it was so funny seeing what he did. I don't have him anymore because he moved to like Tennessee or something, but oh my gosh, he was hilarious. I loved it. I loved the guy. I loved the man. He was hilarious.
All this stuff, bro. It was pretty funny. He was a great guy. I miss you, Mr. Farden, if you're somewhere out there. But yeah, that's just a few of my stories from high school. Moral of the story that I have for you guys is high school is not your entire life. I know it might stink right now and you might dread going to school, but college comes right after, and you'll dread going to college just as much as you dread going to high school. Nah, I'm kidding, because college is better. You have so much more freedom. If you guys want more stories from my high school days, just let me know in the comments. Peace and love, everybody.
That's why I'm looking forward to college, buddy. I love having freedom. But then again, it's just like I'm just growing up. I'm like, I don't want to grow up. I quit. Oh no. Monday, I have to prepare for a crazy night.
Hey guys, I never really thought I'd have to make this video, but here I am. I'm quitting Subway. Right now in my life, it's really hard to balance all
damn,
these
what's
different
happening
things
here?
like work, school, TikTok, YouTube, and just everything. And the immense hate I've been getting on these videos really outshine everything else, and I'm gonna be honest, it started to get to me. I don't think this is the best thing to do for my mental and physical health, and I know it's gonna make a lot of you guys really sad, and I'm really sorry. I hope a lot of you guys can understand. I mean, every single day I'm working about like 5 to 6 hours, and then I have to do schoolwork, and keeping up with this TikTok and YouTube stuff, you know, it's really hard. So I have to decide to cut something
on.
out, and I
Trying to
think
think.
cutting out either Subway or YouTube was an option, and I figured why not cut out both. I really need to get some time to myself again and figure out who I am once more.
Talk like Colton. You know, sometimes I can get that. Let me get him real quick on my phone, and I'll see if I can. It's kind of hard finding things with him. No. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I have. Oh my gosh. So honestly, I can repeat after it, but I can't really like do it. Like, but thanks for coming along on the ride. I can't. I don't. I'm the worst person when it comes to impressions, but bro, Cool Guy Studios can do one probably.
More? Nah, I'm just kidding. Look at the date on this video. Can you actually believe this? Come on. One of the questions people ask me the most throughout this whole thing is if I'm ever gonna quit at Subway or this job. Here's the thing, I have no idea. I don't like to predict things in the future. Like when somebody asks me if I know what I'm gonna do in 5 years, I always answer, I have no idea. I mean, look at the past few months. My life has changed exponentially. So for all of you guys that ever wonder, are you gonna quit Subway? I don't know. I don't plan on it, and I kind of want to help my parents as long as I can. But I'm gonna admit there are some days where it gets
Bro,
tough. So if I
you
miss
just
a
wasted
daily
2
upload,
seconds.
guys, just please understand. I try to crank out as
This
much
man
content.
This man just put made 2 sandwiches, each with 8 pieces of cheese. That actually might be genius. That actually might be kind of genius.
As humanly possible for you guys, but even with like the undertone of this video, it's a little hard, I'm gonna be honest, but I try to do my best, you know. I want this stuff to be my full-time job, and as of right now it's looking like it can be. If you guys have any ideas for new content to make as well, please let me know in the comments. I really
Yo, what up? Cool Guy, I don't know if I want to play this on stream. Hold on. I know. I don't know if I want to play this. Oh, wait, hold on. If it's music, I'm not playing it. Wait. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, I'm playing that. Yeah, I will. Yeah, hold on. Give me like 2 seconds. Yeah, I have the iPhone 13. Yeah, I can tell.
Hi there, hello, it's me. I'm standing here, being me. I'm here to let y'all know, subscribe to CDT, and also Cool Guy Studios.
Yeah.
Because he's also a pretty chill guy.
Yeah.
Also, check out this cool shirt that I have on. It's a shirt from Twisters. Also, look at this cool Lego. Pretty cool, right?
I'm not showing the video.
Make sure to subscribe. So, make sure to subscribe at some point in the near future.
I'm not putting it on my computer, Cool Guy. I'm already just trying to binge watch this person. Not putting it on the computer. I'm not doing it, okay? I already have this, and it's good enough. I won't. I played the audio. That's all I need to have on there. Yeah. Yeah, I know you made it for me, and I played the audio. I'm not... You have to realize that I'm not doing everything, alright?
Really want to expand out and see what my audience wants from me. I once again think I have the best community on YouTube too, so thank you guys all for the love and support. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Keep being beautiful, keep shining on. And once again, if you heard the first part of this video, please
That's
just look
Oklahoma
at the date.
that
Alright,
you did
peace
that
out,
in.
everybody. Thank you for being
Well,
here,
like-
and have a beautiful
That photo was that's apparently a photo from Oklahoma. Cool. Bunch of rednecks. My other job.
So there was a time that I stopped working at Subway for about a day or two, which was about a year ago. This was at the beginning of coronavirus and when the world was kind of going to shreds. I became a delivery driver just because Subway was so dead, and I work in the way that I like to have something to do at all times.
Jesse didn't need... Okay, here's the thing. Cool guy, I don't need to see... The world must see... I will post it later, okay? Just let me, watch my video that I have planned. Trying to be on topic.
So if Subway's dead, I kind of get bored and I got to do something else. So I became a delivery driver for 2 days. Let me tell you, this experience was horrible, and I'm going to take you through the entire story. So it was my first day as a delivery driver for one of those really popular apps. I'm sure you all know what app that is. And I got my bag in the mail, I got my card in the mail, so I was ready to start driving. The first 3 or 4 orders seemed like magic, if I'm being honest. I mean, they were all in the same area. They paid really well, and I felt like I was floating. I was like, this is the easiest money I've ever made. Why doesn't everyone do this? And then I got to like the 5th and 6th orders, and I realized those first 4 orders aren't real orders. They're just giving you the good stuff so that they can hook you into the app. And then they started to have me drive like 15 miles away and do all these crazy things for a $2 tip. My respect for delivery drivers has supremely risen through this experience. I'm not gonna lie, I used to think delivery driving wasn't that hard of a job, but now, guys, delivery drivers kind of work a little hard, you know? Not a little hard, they do work very hard.
There's no
I mean,
way
it's
you
not
spent that
easy
much
at
time
all.
doing
People
that.
say they're just sitting
There's
on
no
the car
way.
all day listening to their favorite songs, but like that gets exhausting. You have to be paying attention to the road like 24/7. You have to be sitting around at times waiting for a delivery, so you're basically just wasting money. These jobs are not as easy as they appear, and through this experience I learned that. It's
You don't
really
gotta do
annoying
that.
when you travel like 10-15 miles and then you finally get to the tip
No,
screen
I
and
was
see
just-
that you got $1.37.
I was just making
I
a
mean, like, there's
joke.
nothing more demeaning than that. And so after I got through with the
Oh,
first day, I was
gosh.
like, you know what, half of it was good, half of it was bad. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day. So on my second day as a delivery driver, I started to go out and
Jesse, I'll make this clear to you. I said that his baby sister probably killed him again. Or just the baby in general. It's a little joke that we've had. Yeah, the sister killed the baby sibling killed you again. That's what happened.
every single trip I had was these 13, 14-mile trips with $2 tips. I seriously feel for these drivers because this is not, this isn't enough. It's a hard problem to fix because it's a need in the market and people need to do it. It's one of those things. But like now, every single time I have a delivery driver come to my house, I gotta tip them like 2 or 3 times what I usually tip. I mean, there will be like orders on ride-hailing apps or even like pizza orders that I'll tip 100% on just because I understand how hard the person works. It's crazy. It feels like nobody really understands this stuff until they work the job. So after that second day of doing like 3 rides, I decided to quit that job. I just wasn't cut out for the delivery business. And I went back to Subway the next day and was back in home sweet home. At least I got that new experience and it was kind of fun at first. And I got a whole new respect for these different delivery drivers who are working a lot harder than anybody might think. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you learned something. So there was a time that
Before you say, oh, you're using a green screen right now. Well, I'm not actually, because if you want to see the truth, I'm using a webcam software right now to do this, because this is what it looks like. This is, well, crap. I was actually tempted to do that, but I'm like, well, I really don't feel like losing too many brain cells before New Year's. Maybe after New Year's I'll do that. I'm not using a green screen, I promise. I actually promise you I'm not using a green screen. Like, hold on, wait. Like, it's... Yeah. These are only like 2-minute long videos. Hold on. This... Not anymore, no. I took that down. Hold on. Yeah, give me like 2 seconds. I actually do not have a green screen up right now. Yeah, hold on. Like, there. This is my background. This is what we have. This is what we have. I don't have the screen up anymore. So I actually took that down because I can also yeah, because I can also no. I don't like this. No, I actually like this. Why? Because it works. It just works better with my thing. Like if I was doing like, it's like I specifically did this for an upcoming stream that I have this weekend, like tomorrow actually maybe, depending on what time a certain toy comes in that I bought. I bought a certain toy for this for upcoming streams, and okay. I'll be back up off the guy. Okay. Yeah. An upcoming a toy I ordered is coming in tomorrow that I bought specifically for a game. I can make it better. We can also have a little thing where I'm on a couch. We have this. Or that. Nice. This is what I always use. Like if I'm doing like some random like talking stream, I would just do this. But since I'm not doing that today, we're just doing this. Because I have a game that we're gonna play at some point. That this works better. That's the only reason I bought this. I didn't buy this filter, but it's a free download thing. All right, we gotta get back on focus. We're 2 hours and 40 minutes in, yet we're still in the 3-year mark.
All right, guys, I got a treat for you all today. This is the mega sub at Subway, and this might be
You know what? Actually, I have to go pee so bad right now. Give me like 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Yeah, I remember that. Hold on, give me like 2 seconds. Can I get a hallelujah? Someone saying amen. Oh shoot, wait. Just take that one out real quick. There we go. Oh, I'm way too small. No. We gotta get bigger than that. We don't gotta move a lot though. Oh my. Okay, we're good. Cool guy. Cool guy, why are you texting me? I'm scared. I don't like checking my phone, buddy.
It's me, your good old boy, Donald Trump.
Oh my
I
gosh.
am here to tell you to subscribe to CDT. I don't know what that stands for. I think it might be Central Daylight Time, which, by the way, I think I'm going to get rid of Daylight Savings Time. It's so pointless. Anyway, I'm here to tell you to subscribe to CDT and Go Guy Studios. They're the best. Those are the best ones. They're the only good ones, actually. Except for my YouTube channel, I got so many subscribers.
She's better, okay.
So, make sure to do all that today. Thank you. Good evening. Goodbye. See ya.
What just happened? Okay. So, we're not doing any more. Cool guy, you have hit your video limit for stream. I think one of these times my farts are going to be so loud that you're going to be able to hear it on stream one of these times. Anyways.
Biggest Subway sandwich I've ever personally made. This thing is approximately 1.5 feet, and when you order a party sub, it comes with 2 of these, which is a 3-foot long sub. And no, this is not the everything sub. That I'm gonna make probably after I hit 1 million followers. I've been holding out on that video, but it's coming soon, I promise. But my dad just randomly came to me one day, and he's like, yo, I want to make a big sub. I was like, yeah, Dad? And he was like, yeah, you should get it for your TikTok and your YouTube account. We're gonna make the big party sub. And he very specifically wanted me to say these words when I make it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I don't know why he wanted me to say that, but I have to do it for my pops, you know? Yo, making this sub was honestly kind of a struggle. Getting the bread kneaded is like, it's not that easy. We had to take like 3 loaves of bread per half and start kneading them as if it's like braiding. But the final result is 100% worth it. And now this brings me back to a memory from my childhood when we used to have these party subs. There was this one time that I was like 9 years old. I walked into Subway and I saw this sandwich on the counter being made, and I literally thought that I was dreaming. Little Milad was in heaven when he saw this sandwich because it was literally the biggest thing I'd ever seen at the time. I mean, it was bigger than me. And I remember begging my mom if I could have the sandwich because I was convinced as a little kid that I could eat that entire thing. As an adult today, I'm still pretty convinced I could eat this entire thing, but I don't think I'm gonna try. Well, actually, I have to try when I make the everything sub when I hit 1 million. Honestly, I'm pretty excited for that video too. I already know that video is gonna be a banger, and a lot of you guys have been looking forward to that. So don't worry, to those of you that were worrying, I'm not holding out on it. I just want to wait for a milestone to be able to make this delicious sandwich. And to those of you that are sitting there right now thinking, what in the world did he do with this sandwich? I actually took it to a homeless shelter. There were 2 of them, so I handed them both off to the home.
Funny enough, my parents and I we were considering getting one of these for New Year's for. I wish I was strong enough to even do one. But yeah, my parents and I, we were considering, like, you know what, we don't want to get appetizers for our dinner on New Year's. How about we just get a big Subway sandwich? What? Anyways, just continue.
Homeless shelter. Hopefully they enjoy their delicious Subway sandwiches. And on this sandwich, as you could tell by the video, we put turkey, ham, pepperoni, salami, basically all the vegetables, and then mayo, chipotle, Southwest, salt, pepper, oregano, and some oil and vinegar. Tell me this isn't the most delicious Subway sandwich you've ever seen. And the price on this bad boy, I'm pretty sure, is $50 for 2 of them. It's not for just this one. For 2 of them, I'm pretty sure it's $50. I could be wrong too. I told TikTok this, and in typical TikTok fashion, they started roasting me me saying nobody would buy it, even though we sell one of these like every other month. So yeah, that's basically today's video. I can't wait to make the everything sub for you guys. We're so close to hitting 1 million subscribers, so if you're not subscribed, be a part of this journey, be a part of the first million. There's gonna be a lot of really cool videos and a lot of giveaways to my subscribers coming soon. So
Okay. The K word. Let's go.
okay, so I'm not big on apologizing for things, but I like to take accountability for some of my actions. I think this for sure I need to take accountability for. I didn't really understand how much of a big deal it was that I was using the name Karen to explain somebody who comes into customer service that isn't the best or most cooperative.
Well,
But
I
I had
probably
somebody
will if
DM me
I
on Instagram telling me how
find
their
time
name
to
is
do so.
Karen and how this whole trend of being called Karen on the internet has kind of changed her life, and she's kind of afraid to use her name now. That's something that I never intended on doing, and I never even realized while I was making these videos. So from now on, I'm gonna try my hardest to avoid using the word Karen for this exact reason. My account and my entire channel is based on the fact that everybody should be included no matter who you are. You can be the nastiest person in customer service, or you could be the sweetest person in customer service, but you still deserve a cookie because you're a beautiful human being. And I hate to get all touchy and kind of talk about a topic that I never really discussed, but I would never want my name, Milad, to ever be used for a negative context. So to all of the Karens out there, I am really sorry. I never even understood how big of a platform I had until a few days ago, and I don't really want to use it to spread negativity at all. So from now on, I will just refer to, you know, pronouns and nouns like woman, man, like somebody that came in that was not, you know. Just avoid using the word Karen if I'm being honest, just because I don't want anybody's name to ever be in a position of just being negatively connotated. I actually knew a couple Karens back in my high school, and they were the sweetest girls ever. I don't know how the internet decided to pick Karen as the name for that kind of thing, but I don't know. Call me what you will, but I think it's just the right thing to avoid using this word in the future. I hope my audience doesn't think any differently of me doing this. I just kind of wanted to take accountability for this, and I really feel for the person that DM'd me because she took me through her entire story. You should be proud of whatever your name is and whoever you are. Don't let some guy on the internet put a negative connotation onto your name and who you are. Just know who you are from the bottom of your heart. Your identity isn't your name. Your identity is in your actions and, you know, your morals and just what you do. So for the third time this video, I need to say this again because I really mean it. I really apologize to all of the Karens out there. I will stop using your name and likelihood for describing somebody in customer service that isn't good. I hope you all forgive me, and I hope all the Karens out there will unite and, you know, spread positivity into this world like I know you beautiful people can. I know today's video was a little different, but I really had to get that off my chest from this DM that I, you know, stumbled upon this morning. So thank you all for all the love and support, guys. We just hit 1 million subscribers. I have so much amazing content lined up for you guys. I'm so excited to see what the future holds, and I love you guys from the bottom of my heart so much. Thank you guys for everything. To all the Karens out there, I love you. I hope I won you over. Join the Milad Army right now by clicking that subscribe button. Peace and love, everybody. Have a beautiful...
All right. Oh, the everything sub. Let's go.
Thank you all so much for 1 million subscribers here on YouTube. This is insane. To celebrate, we're making that everything sub. I promise you guys. And this is the true everything sub. I put every single item in normal portions onto this sandwich, and you'll be able to tell by the end this thing is a monster. You guys told me last time too I forgot to put every single type of bread, so you know I included that onto it. But I didn't put every cookie, every chips, every drink. Maybe we'll save those for 10 million if that ever happens. But once again, I'm gonna say it 10, 20, 100 times. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. In 24 days, we went from 5,000 subscribers to 1 million. That's insanity. I mean, Jake Paul always brags about hitting 1 million on YouTube in 6 months. I don't know, Jake. Maybe you should quit your job for some Subway. Nah, I'm just kidding. But this is the everything sub. I literally loaded this thing up with every single item on the menu. And I had to do this after closing time because if a customer walked in while I was making this, there would be way too many questions for me to have to answer. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy making this sandwich. I literally had to use 2 pieces of bread and I toasted it. I know a lot of you guys were asking me to toast the last one, but I toasted it this time, and you know, I was planning on eating the whole thing, and then I took 2 bites out of it, and I'm not gonna lie, those 2 bites murdered my stomach, so I decided, you know, it might not be worth it. I'm really sorry to anybody that was expecting me to eat this sandwich. I'm just being honest. I didn't want to ruin my stomach and get it pumped, you know? But I really love you guys, and if you want to see me eating everything sub, I have my other everything sub video up here on YouTube. So basically, to give you you a
2
short
hours and 52
rundown of what's
minutes.
going on. I put every single meat, which is like the meatballs, the steak, the chicken, turkey,
So
ham,
so
pepperoni,
it's
salami,
insane.
all
I
these
mean,
different
so
meats.
many
And then I put the
Instagram
non-meat items
notifications.
too, like the veggie patty and the falafel. Threw on every single piece of cheese that I could in the store onto it. And that cheese, I'm not gonna lie, that made this sandwich look so good. And I actually forgot to throw on cheddar initially, but you know, you saw I put it on after I toasted it a little bit and threw it back in the toaster. And then we took that bad boy out and just put on every single type of vegetable and every single sauce. I was thinking about making it on that mega sub bread, but I thought that would be a waste of food, and I wanted to try to minimize as much as possible wasting my food. But now that I look back at it, I mean, I should have just done it for the memes. But this sandwich, after I put every single sauce on it, I'm not gonna lie, it looked pretty good to me. I was like, this thing's gonna be a piece of cake. This looks delicious. And then I took those couple bites, and yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. I actually had a gag reflex once I took a bite out of it. It's just like all the combinations, and I took a bite right into a piece of tuna too, and I was like, I don't know. But yeah, guys, I'm so excited to see what the future holds for us. And to celebrate hitting 1 million subscribers here on YouTube, I'm gonna pick 5 random comments from this comment section to give $100 to. So comment down below anything you want. You have to be subscribed to be entered into this giveaway, and make sure you like the video because you know that really helps us all out. I have the best community in the world. Thank you guys all for every single thing that you do. More giveaways to come in the future too. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I hope you enjoyed this everything sub. I'll pick the winners in like a week. Have a beautiful and blessed day, everybody, and remember to eat fresh.
Okay, we're gonna. Ma'am, this is the subway. There's a 4-hour video with 2 seconds. of
Okay,
every
my
movie
friend.
Ever. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm just gonna be dead honest here. I think chicken is mid. I think fried chicken is super mid. It's like last time I had good chicken was like when I was in Branson, and since then it had been since September of last year since I had even had good chicken. It was- Oh. Okay. Chick-fil-A is different. Okay. Cool Guy Chick-fil-A is different. Okay? That is fast food chicken. I'm talking about like buffet and like actual like chicken. Chick-fil-A, that's fast food, and that chicken is blessed by God. The other chickens, those can't say the same about. Different means Chick-fil-A is better than everything. So like Chick-fil-A is on a completely different scale compared to those things. I'm talking like chicken that's supposed to be good. I'm talking that stuff. And y'all probably, and if anyone's watching the chat, like rewatching the stream, and is confused on where I'm getting this stuff, is I have text messages right here from Cool Guy himself saying I should. He's talking about Chick-fil-A on here. He's still texting me on here instead of the chat, so. Cool Guy just stubbed his toe bad. It's faster, boy. I don't care if it's faster. Just text me on the chat, not the messages. We can continue.
My children, gather around. We have a beautiful story to
gathered.
tell today. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what PDA is. I don't know what it actually stands for, but it basically means people showing each other affection in public. And for some reason, people love to just come into Subway and start making out with each other. Listen, it's different if you're just holding your girl's hand or you have your arm around her shoulder, but why are you making out while you're ordering a Subway sandwich? It makes zero sense to me. I mean, like, it's the least romantic place that you could be. So I had a couple walk into Subway, and, you know, they were really nice at first. They were going through the motions, you know, and I turned around to toast their sandwich,
Cool Guy,
and I
stop it,
turned back
actually.
around, And they're
Kissing on
literally
there,
just
no.
like kissing each other in front of me. Not kissing, they were literally making out. I was like, guys, you want another sandwich? And then it seemed like I just caught them like doing something bad, and they were like, oh no. They were so embarrassed. I felt kind of bad, if I'm being honest. And yo, don't get me started on the older couples. I mean, I literally had one old couple come in. They were so cute together, I gotta admit. But they just started kissing in the subway. I mean, they were alone, but like they were just kissing each other across the, you know, little table that they were eating at in Subway. I was like, oh, this is kind of gross, but that's okay. They seem like nice people. But like, if a girl's in the subway and she's like yanking on her like boyfriend's arm, like, give me a kiss, ma'am, this is a Subway. I understand if you want affection from your boyfriend, but holding hands is just gonna have to do it for now. You can't be making out in the store in front of a bunch of other customers, especially when you're getting served food. It's kind of nasty, I'm not gonna lie. And the fact that you take your mask off to kiss each other, like, what is going on? Oh wait, but the best is when people kiss with the mask on. That's like a whole nother beast.
Okay,
But anyway, I had another ma'am, this is a Subway moment the other day. Well, it wasn't actually the other day. I'm pretty sure this was like 2.5 years ago. But a woman came into Subway and started asking us if we served tacos. I literally thought that I was being pranked at that moment, but she was dead serious, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't be laughing at this. I'm sorry, ma'am. We do not sell tacos at our Subway. And then she started laughing. I started laughing, and I actually did drop the ma'am, this is a Subway line on her because I thought she was pranking me. But yeah, that lady ended up getting a nice steak sandwich. I literally made her a taco out of Subway ingredients, if I'm being real, and it looked absolutely delicious, I must say. So props to that lady. She made herself a taco at Subway. Who knew it was even possible? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new. There's going to be all sorts of giveaways to subscribers, and we're going at a really fast rate, so just hit that red button. Thank you guys for watching today's
Like, okay, before what should I say? Before you make that into a quote, I'm not one of those people like who refuses to eat pork. I'm not one of those. I love me some ham. I have a special recipe in my family. But there's bologna. Not great, if you ask me, but go ahead and grab some bologna. Send me a picture of the bologna, but then just continue messaging me through the chat.
I think one of my favorite parts about working at Subway is the fact that you could have any person come in at any given day at any time. I've literally had so many different types of people come in, from weed doctors to people that smoke weed. I mean, like, don't do that, kids. Don't do drugs. But it's always so funny. And every single person will come in and say the exact same thing, I swear. They say, and I quote, "Let me get up." And you know, I gotta admit, I do it too. No matter where I go fast food wise, I will always use the line, "Let me get up." And I don't know why. It's just like built into my vocabulary at this point. But yeah, you literally have the most interesting characters walk through that door, and people always ask me, how do you have so many stories, Mlad? You go work 5.5 years in a fast food place, and I promise you'll have double the amount of stories that I have. The amount of people that you meet every single day is absurd. And the fact that people are coming in from all over, from the YouTube and TikTok videos now, it just makes...
Like, look at this. Look at this pure beauty. Look at that. Oh, gosh. Wait. Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay, cool guy. I don't need that many. Oh, oh gosh. I like that one. I like those. I like those. What am I watching? Oh my gosh. What am I watching?
Makes it double absurd. I mean, I feel like stories are stacking up by the day. So I think one of my favorite ones that I've gotten so far are the people that come in and order way too much food. You know, they'll come in with some red eyes, and you kind of know what that means, right? So I'll have somebody come in, order themselves a nice sandwich, and they walk out, and they come back in 5 minutes later like, that wasn't enough. I need another foot long. And I'm like, attaboy, we love it. It's good for business. It's good for you. It fills up your hungry tummy. And honestly, they're always so funny. I mean, like, sometimes it's unintentionally funny, but like, they'll crack jokes and stuff. You know, it's always fun having a high customer, I'm gonna be honest. And bro, they'll just stare at the food for like 5 minutes just in awe. It's amazing. I've never been more hungry than watching somebody who's red-eyed ordering a sandwich. sandwich. And back at the old store, I mean, we would have a lot of people that would come in that were kind of like this. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not judging at all. As long as you're not driving to the store and you're just walking or taking a bus or something, you're good. I mean, it's legal in most states. But just be safe while you're doing it. And, you know, Subway is the perfect snack for if you need a nice little snack after a night. And that reminds me of another story from my old Subway. There was once a night where I was closing up and I had a couple of intoxicated customers come into the store. And, yo, I'm gonna be honest, they were so funny. They were, like, cracking jokes all over, like, play fighting with each other and just, like, basically roasting each other while I was making their sandwiches. And I started cracking up. I mean, there's always so many fun experiences at the Subway. And I think one thing literally connects every single customer to each other. The fact that nobody knows exactly what they want when they come through that door. That's what makes it such a surprise, because you're literally building something from scratch. And you're gonna get a delicious sandwich no matter what you pick. So that's it for today's video, friends. Don't be embarrassed of coming into Subway and not knowing what you want. Over the past month, I've honestly been so blessed.
I mean, don't I kind of have a personality of that? That's just... I should not. I don't know anymore. I've inhaled too much helium in my life. That's probably why.
Blessed with all of this, and I need to say thank you guys so much for everything. I mean, honestly, I have no idea why I blew up this quickly and why you guys watch me. I literally just talk and make Subway sandwiches, but nonetheless, thank you guys so much. I love every single one of you so dearly. And I thought today I might as well give back to the people that were there for me before any of this started. So I'm giving $1,000 away to some customers. I was thinking about the best way to do this. You know, I was thinking maybe give 10 customers $100, maybe give one customer $1,000. But I thought the fairest way to do this was to give 3 customers $333.33, and that extra penny at the end, you know, I gotta put that into my tip.
How do you end up doing that?
I'm sorry. Man's gotta eat, right? And I'm just gonna say right now, yes, I did charge them for the sandwiches. I know it's pointless, but at least they got the free cookie, right? Gotta run the business at the end of the day. And yo, the reaction on these customers' faces were kind of priceless. I didn't really want to get everyone's face in it just for privacy reasons, but like,
how dare you put ketchup on that?
Oh, they were in shock. I couldn't believe some of the reactions, and I mean, they were all like great human beings. You know, I made sure I picked people that were really nice to me and people that were really patient and just like forgiving and such. But honestly, I want to do so many more giveaways in the future too. I mean, doing this kind of stuff is just so fun to me. Like giving food to the homeless was so much fun. Doing giveaways for you guys is so much fun. And giving customers money, that's the biggest Uno reverse card I think in existence. I mean, what store can you walk into besides like one of Mr. Beast stores? I mean, like that man's giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars a day. But what store can you walk into and they pay you to eat their food? So yeah, I want to do a lot more stuff like this in the future, and I really appreciate you guys being here and supporting so much. I mean, it literally just means the world to me. You beautiful people out there are legitimately the reason that I'm able to do this. Without any of you, you guys already know this is impossible. But yeah, I made sure to give one of the customers, a DoorDash driver, you know, I made sure to give him money because he's working all day, he's on his feet. Might as well just give back to the people working hard too, right? And the other two were just very kind human beings. I mean, like, if I can make someone say just a little bit better by giving them a couple $100, like, why wouldn't I do it? It's so much fun for me. It makes for good content, and I hope it's fun for you guys too. And you guys need to subscribe right now because I'm going to be doing a ton of giveaways in the future for people that are subbed to this channel. And if I'm being honest, I'm one of those people that like to help out the earlier people, but I still love the people that are late to the boat. I mean, like, who knows? Maybe you're very early now. I mean, we did grow 1 million in like a month, right? So yeah, I really hope we can do more stuff like this in the future. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Obviously, it's not going to be giveaways every single day, but hey, if you guys liked it, like, maybe I should give more money to my customers, right? And I'm already prepared for Subway to be incredible.
Cool guy, I did not need that in my life. I did not.
Busy because of this video. Please don't come in asking me for money. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and supporting the cause. Make sure you...
Bro, I'm... it's getting crazy. It's going insane how it's going down. Okay, wait.
Yo, I'm gonna sing over this just because, like, I don't want a copyright strike, but Cannonball, Cannonball. Yo, FaZe Rug, thank you for making this TikTok. Yo, you made my day. I love you, Rug. I love you so much. And yo, if you come to my Subway, you already know you get a free cookie.
What the heck? Wait, we got one out of the way super easily. real, bro. Bro, we completely skipped 2 of them. Oh, wait. Yeah, we completely skipped 2 of them.
Hey Milad, it's Tony Hawk. I heard you're looking for a good My Subway sub build. Well, here is my custom one. It's called the Birdman Chicken Parm. I used to get on tour all the time. First, you take chicken and mozzarella, then you heat it up, and you take the sauce from the meatball bin, and you actually pour it on top of the sandwich. Not the meatball itself, just the sauce, and it becomes a chicken parmesan sub. Get it? Don't put too much sauce on it, it'll spill at the bottom when you hold it up, but that's another story. All right, let's see you make it. Good luck.
Okay, let's come here. We have... Can I speak to the manager, please?
I think one of the most petrant things that you could ever hear in a fast food job is, can I speak to the manager? Oh my God, these words literally haunt me at night, and they literally seep into my dreams. Every time this happens, and it's literally happened like 10 times to me now just because I've been working so long, I always want to say back, I don't know, can you? But then I realize, okay, I can't say that back. That would be horrible. But how funny would that be? So basically, the first time this has ever happened to me, it was like my 3rd week at Subway. And you got to keep in mind, I mean, most of you know this, but my parents own the Subway, so I'm low-key a manager, low-key not in the beginning. You know, it's still my first couple weeks, so I'm figuring out what to do. And I made a woman salad, and apparently I didn't put enough salad into it, so I was like, do you want me to just put lettuce on top? Like, I can fill it up more. And the lady was like, no, you need to be trained how to do this. Can I speak to the manager? And I was all alone at the store at that time, and I was like, I mean, you could talk to me. My parents own this place. And she was like, no, I need to speak to a manager. So I basically just gave her like the corporate number, and never heard from that lady again. But that was the first time. You know, that was the most sweet sailing ride I think I've ever had with this stuff. Every other time was not that nice or not that easy. So the next time somebody asked me to speak to the manager, I was making a guy like 3 sandwiches. You know, he was getting everything on them. He was getting double meat. He was getting extra cheese. He was getting bacon on them. And he literally had me put every single vegetable onto it, and I couldn't close the sandwich. Mind you, he put every single item onto the sandwich. So I was having trouble closing it up, and he was getting very frustrated. I could see it in his face, and he started talking to me, and he was like, dude, you gotta learn how to make a sandwich. Can I speak to your manager about this? Because I don't want to pay for these subs. And at that point, I just kind of snapped. I mean, this might have been one of the only times I've ever snapped at Subway, and I was like, listen, man, you got every single thing on this sandwich. How do you expect me to close it when you get everything on the menu onto it? And I was like, I'm actually the manager too, so he kind of, you know, he just kept quiet for a couple of minutes, and then I rang the guy up, and he was like, are you kidding me? You charged me this much for 2 sandwiches? And I was like, dude, you got double meat, you got extra bacon, like, this is how this place works. And he begrudgingly gave me the money, and he was like, I'm never coming back to this place. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. By the way, I know for a fact I made those sandwiches deliciously. I mean, it was only like my 2nd or 3rd month on the job, but I know for a fact I made those good sandwiches. And one wild card I want to throw into is that I've talked about quite a bit is when a person comes in and they tell me that they know the owner. Usually somebody will come in and tell me that they know the owner because they want something for free. So whenever this happens, I like to kind of play around and be like, I do too, it's my parents. And it always gets really awkward, and I end up kind of feeling bad, but like, come on, man. This is a business at the end of the day, and I give out free cookies. Like, is that not enough? Oh my God, this reminds me of another story about a woman that abused my free cookie power. Let me know if I should tell that.
I don't know what that story is. Okay. Not enough meat.
Alright, listen up, you beautiful, beautiful human being. Today's story is going to be about meat. So one of the biggest complaints that I ever get at Subway being a sandwich artist, and people hate that I call myself a sandwich artist, but listen, let me have this one thing. Anyways, the biggest complaint that I have as a sandwich artist at Subway is not enough meat. And I know we've all experienced this before. We go to a fast food place, or we go to, like, you know, a place where they make the food right in front of you, like a Subway, and they don't give you enough meat. But me personally, like, dude, I try to give as much meat as humanly possible. I literally fill those scoopers up to the max, and sometimes it even overflows. But like the other meat where you have to count it out, like the turkey, pepperoni, salami, I like can't control that. There's a formula that Subway gives everybody, and you know, some people think it's too much meat, some people think it's not enough meat, and that just goes to show that not everybody is the same. If you want extra meat at Subway, yo, it's a few bucks more. I mean, I know it's tough. I know you might want like 90 grams of protein on your sandwich, but from like a business owner's perspective, the meat is the most important and most expensive part of any sandwich. That meat don't come cheap, I'm not gonna lie. For like an entire bag of chicken strips, I'm pretty sure it's something like 15 bucks. Don't quote me on that, I might be completely wrong. But there is a reason why the meat at Subway is so expensive, and this brings me to my story today. 2 days ago, I had a woman come in that was literally on my live, and she was telling me I didn't put enough meat on her sandwiches. She got a couple of chicken teriyaki subs. Listen, she was a really nice woman. I gotta say, like, she's had conversations with me before. She's actually a very nice person. But every single time she comes into my Subway, she tries finessing me out of extra meat. Every single time. So on this particular day, I put a little bit extra just to see what she would say. Obviously without telling her, and like just kind of doing, you know, a little test. Call this a placebo, if you will. And she goes, "That's not enough meat on my sandwich." I go, "You know, I put extra meat this time for you. There's no excuses anymore." It's like honestly ridiculous. We gotta follow a formula, and that's like anywhere in fast food. And I can get in trouble for putting extra meat. Obviously, I'm not gonna get in trouble, but like, come on. We end up losing money if I just start putting extra scoops onto it for free. And I told her it's like $2 more for double meat. Do you want to do that? And she was like, "Nope." And I'm like, "Okay, you have nothing to complain about then. If you can't cough up $2 for your 2 extra scoops of chicken teriyaki, then like, why are you complaining? You know, if you're really nice to me and like you're like, you know, you're just a very nice person, sometimes I'll toss in an extra slice of turkey or an extra scoop of tuna. But don't tell my parents that. But guys, just understand when you go to a fast food place, there's a reason they give so little meat sometimes. And I don't even think it's a little. I think it's so much meat that we give. I don't know why I said a little. But just come on. Just pay the extra couple bucks. Sometimes they don't even charge you at the register. Like sometimes I don't charge at the register. You know, I kind of let it slide. But just don't show an attitude about that kind of a thing, because at the end of the day, it's not the employee's fault at all. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so dearly. Something like 80% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel but watch the video. So if you made it this far, I think I earned a subscription. Please subscribe. You can unsubscribe at any time. Like the video up. Let's break 5 likes today. Thank you guys all for watching.
Actually join.
Okay, internet, I need your help desperately right now. I need to find this man, Terrence. Back when I was a little kid, my parents hired somebody at the Subway named Terrence. I was like 8 or 9 years old, walking to Subway every single day, you know, getting my little turkey sandwich. You guys already know. And Terrence was always there, and he was old reliable. That man worked so hard, and I love that man. We literally talked about video games like 24/7. He was a chill guy. And, you know, he was on hard times back then, too. So my parents were really helping him out. They let him stay in the basement of Subway. You know, they gave him like a place to sleep, and we let him shower at our house, do all that good stuff. We gave him a bunch of clothes and stuff. Terrence was a great guy, but one day he had to leave Subway, and apparently the cops showed up at our house a couple weeks later telling us he was involved in an armed robbery with other people. I really hope that Terrence is not in jail right now, and I really wish I had more information for you guys besides these few things. His name is Terrence. He worked at the Subway in Little Falls, New Jersey a couple years back, and he loved playing Xbox 360. Those are just about the only things that I can remember of Terrence, except for the beautiful memories I made with that guy. I mean, he was such a nice guy. We talked about Minecraft. We talked about just everything. And yo, if I'm being honest, Terrence made a killer sub too. I remember hearing a story about this man getting in an argument with a customer once. And Terrence is like the shyest person ever, so the customer was literally just yelling at him. He was just going like, okay. And another time where he actually gave a free cookie to me before. Can you believe it? I was a little kid and I was like, "Oh, can I come around and get my cookie?" And he handed me the cookie. So Terrence, if you're somewhere out there watching this, please get in touch with us somehow. And if anybody has any information on where Terrence is, DM me on Instagram, DM me on Twitter, message me, do whatever you have to do to get my attention. We have to reunite, Terrence. And I have to make you a Subway sandwich. It's only fair for all the Subway sandwiches you made me back in the day. Thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully we can find Terrence. Could you imagine if we find Terrence? Like, that would be probably the craziest realization moment I'll ever have. Like, if the internet is this powerful where they can bring this man that I haven't heard of in like 8 or 9 years back, like, oh my god, that'd be nuts. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Like this video to help out the algorithm, and make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed already. It really helps this channel grow. Tell me your favorite sandwich in the comments, and have a beautiful and blessed day, everybody. And remember, eat fresh.
Okay, I've tagged him in the Instagram post. I'm gonna pray that he sees it. I usually get people to see it, but let's see this.
Okay, before I get started with today's video, I just have to say this is a very serious topic that I'm going to be talking about. There's going to be some jokes here and there in between, but this topic's very serious, and I don't want anybody to not take it as serious. Yesterday, somebody in my Instagram DMs told me that they were married to somebody for 2.5, 3 years, and her husband cheated on her. So I wanted to go through my experience about relationships and love, and I feel like at least somebody will be able to get some knowledge out of this and be able to use this in the future. And I'm just going to warn you, this might not be a happy-go-lucky video, but I think it's very important to help people who need it. So heartbreak sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's probably one of the worst pains that you'll ever experience in your life. Some people are just not good human beings. And if you're out there cheating right now, you're literally affecting another human being so harshly. And your karma's going to catch up to you. So don't you worry, sweetheart. But when I was in high school, I had somebody that I was very, very madly infatuated with. Not in love with, I was infatuated with. There's a big difference. Infatuation is like being in love with the idea of the person and not actually being in love with the person themselves. So there was this girl I was googly-eyed over, but I was a little kid and I didn't really know anything about relationships, and I didn't know whether or not I should do something or not. I was kind of really good friends with her, and I ended up going to a school dance with her too. I was like, oh man, it's locked in. Like, Vlad's about to get himself a little girlfriend. At the time, I didn't even ever kiss a girl. Like, this was literally bare bones day one. And so we went to the dance. Nothing really happened. You know, I didn't ever ask her out or anything. And then a couple weeks later, we were at her house, and one of my best friends at the time was there with me, and the two of them started to kiss and hook up right in front of me on the girl's bed. This best friend knew how I felt. This girl must have knew how I felt. And in that moment, I think I was the most heartbroken I have ever been. What a terrible night, man. And yeah, I kind of just excommunicated myself from them and the whole friend group. I mean, like, if that's happening, you don't want to stick around, bud. Know your worth, king or queen. So yeah, that happened, and I was like, okay, I'm never dating a girl again. Or I didn't even date the girl. That's the crazy thing. But I still felt so heartbroken. It didn't make any sense. And so I was like, I'm done with girls. I'm focusing on myself, and that's what I did. And I used that energy, and I let that fuel me. And I got a 4.0 my first 2 years of college. I got a full ride scholarship to my school and started my own tech startup in that time. I felt like I had something to prove, even though I had nothing to prove, let's be honest. And then a few years ago, I actually had another girl that came to me out of thin air. And I was like best friends with the girl, and this same pattern started to repeat itself. I was googly-eyed over this girl, but I had no idea what to do. Actually. And I kept thinking to myself, oh, I'm going to screw this up. I'm going to screw this up. And I actually ended up telling her that I liked her, and she told me that she liked me back, but that was about it. Nothing really happened afterwards from that. And so I let it go on for a few months, and then I learned that she was seeing people the entire time while I was friends with her and hanging out. And she was kind of keeping it a secret. I mean, like, if she didn't keep it a secret, it wouldn't have really mattered. But yeah, it was a secret that whole time. So when I learned that, I was completely shattered. But I was also like, LMAO, how did that happen twice, bro? You know, I like to make jokes out of a lot of things. But yeah, this was probably one of the lowest points I'd ever have in my life. And this is why I can relate to the person in my DMs that told me this. Yo, heartbreak sucks. Nobody is going to ever understand what you're going through, but you just have to get through it. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, I promise. That second heartbreak literally fueled me to make this entire platform. It made me more successful in my life than I've ever been, and it made me so happy in life. I realize how much I value myself now, and that's something that you have to keep in mind if you ever even want to get into a relationship. It's all about you and the other person, but you have to make it about you first. If you're not happy, if you're experiencing pain, run the other way. Take this as your sign. Run. Focus on yourself.
Run,
please.
Forrest,
because at
run.
the end of the day, if you're not a complete person and you're bringing yourself to a table of another incomplete person, two incomplete persons make one complete person, and you don't want that. That's where problems start. And now, years later, I met my current girlfriend, and I think I'm happier than I ever can be. And at this point, it doesn't even matter what happened. I mean, of course I love her, and like, of course, like, I want the best for everything. But like, the worst case scenario can happen, and I feel confident in the fact that I can build myself again. I don't even need to build myself again because I've learned so much through these experiences. Heartbreak is such a blessing in disguise. It makes you understand who you really are, and it gives you this opportunity to build upon yourself and be the best version of you possible. Once again, I know that this wasn't a serious video, and I know that I'm really putting myself out there with this video, but if I could help at least one person get through one of their most painful times in their life, that's what I'm here to do. That's where this YouTube channel really comes in handy, and that's where I can actually help real human beings survive. Because the truth is, if you survived today, you did a lot more than you should have. Take life with a grain of salt, and realize that things aren't happening to you, they're happening for you. I could go on and on about this story, but I'm gonna cut it here. Please don't feel sorry for me. Like, I don't even care. I mean, looking back at it, it's pretty hilarious that all this happened. I like to keep a light heart about all this, and I love all of those human beings. So, I mean, they were all great people. At the end of the day, it was my fault, and that's kind of how you have to have a perspective on things. You can't change other people, but you can change yourself to put yourself into better situations and better scenarios. So the person that DM'd me, I promise everything's gonna be okay. Don't make any permanent decisions out of a temporary situation. You're a beautiful human being, and I love you so, so much. And to everybody else out there watching this, yo, a heartbreak is bound to happen in your life. Maybe not for everybody, but I'd say a majority of people will experience heartbreak in one form or another. But it too shall pass. Things get better, I promise. And that's it for today's video. If this helped you, please let me know in the comments. Be sure to like this video too. It really helps us with the algorithm.
Okay. I'm getting tired, bro. Oh no, this is starting to get longer. No. Oh no. Okay. Who wants to hear ASMR cookie dough brownies? Who honestly wants to hear that? It's 11 minutes long.
So on yesterday's video, I said something along the lines of, if you survived today, you did a lot more than you should have. And I got this comment from a person that said, so I shouldn't have survived. And I wanted to do one more video about like talking through these kind of things. I promise tomorrow we'll go back to the stories and the funny moments at Subway. But I need everyone watching to understand how much of a gift that life is. You shouldn't be alive right now. Like, we're talking seriously. Like, the odds of you being alive are so slim. There's literally a better chance of you not existing than there is of you existing. So to go through your life and not enjoy every moment of it, it's such a waste. That's why people always ask me, why do you work at Subway? Why do you enjoy your job so much? Why are you so happy? Because no matter what I'm doing, I have to understand that this isn't supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to be here right now. Like, the odds of me existing are literally so slim to none, it's not even funny. I mean, think about it. You could have been born as literally any type of a creature, and you were born as a human being on the planet Earth, where the oxygen in the air is just enough percentage-wise to keep us alive. Isn't that crazy? Like, isn't life just so amazing and spectacular? How could you not enjoy life? I mean, I know things get hard and that's a part of the cycles. Like, you're gonna have moments where you feel really down, you're gonna have moments when you feel really up, but to not enjoy the ride is such a waste. It's so hard to go through life without thinking about these things for me, because I literally should not be alive, and neither should you. So if you ever come into my Subway and you're wondering why I still work there, or why I still do the things that I do, and why I try to stay so positive and happy throughout, it's for this exact reason. And this brings me to a story, actually, of an old customer I had at my other store. This was back years ago, and this man was literally in like his late 50s, and he was riding around skateboarding and doing some pretty cool stuff. No, it was not Tony Hawk, but he reminded me of Tony Hawk, I'm not gonna lie. And he was literally in his 50s, just like riding around, having a backwards hat on, t-shirt and shorts. And I was like, hey man, that's a nice board, how do you do it? And he's like, listen man, you gotta stay young for as long as you can. You only have one life, and to go through it not doing the things you love because of other people, now that's a waste of life. And I was like, you know, you're 100% right. And I was only like 16 years old at the time, so it was crazy to me. But he was so right. There were probably so many people on the street looking at him so weirdly. Just like there are so many people walking into my Subway looking at me so weirdly with my camera around my chest. But you have to do the things that make you happy at the end of the day. If you're living your life for others, or you're living your life trying to achieve some form of money or something, and you're not happy, now that is wasted potential. You need to go through your life, and you need to appreciate every single moment of it, because life is a gift. Don't worry about your past. Don't worry about your future. Be in the present moment, because that's all that exists right now. It could literally be stripped from you at any moment. I mean, think about it. The dinosaurs literally died in like a flash. So if a meteor comes down and hits Earth, like, what matters, you know? That Lamborghini you're driving isn't gonna matter if a meteor hits the Earth. It's just so crazy to think about, and at the end of the day, I mean, we're just human beings. So if you don't love your peers and you don't love yourself, it's really hard to be happy. So just try your best to go through life understanding how unreasonable life is, and you'll start to get a better appreciation for the little things. I mean, the little things are what make the big things so much better. So spend time with your family, do the things you love, and unapologetically be yourself. Okay, these past 2 days, I've done like a little bit of a philosophical kick. I promise to go back to stories tomorrow, but I hope you guys like videos like these. I like to just throw out things that I've learned in my 21 years, and I need to remind everybody, I'm only 21 years old. I know nothing, but I try my best, you know? And that's all you can really do. So I challenge you to go throughout this entire day with a smile on your face and do one nice thing for someone else, because you never know, that might make their day so much better. That's why I give away a free cookie, because that little bit of a thing makes somebody's day so much better at times. Okay, one last story before I go. I know I'm making this video a little long, but a woman came in yesterday, and I literally asked her if she wanted a free cookie. She didn't watch the videos or anything. I don't think she even knew who I was, but she literally said to me, you know, I had a really bad day in the beginning, and this just turned around my day. I'm choosing to have a good day now. Thank you, sir. That free cookie literally made her happy for a moment, and that carried energy onto the rest of the day. So go do something nice for somebody else, and remember, your life is such a gift, so don't sweat the small things, but appreciate the small things. You know, if you hit that like button, it really helps us with the algorithm, and I'll give you a free cookie. Subscribe to You know, we've talked about male K-words in the past, and yes, I just said K-word, but you know, there's one step above those types of people, and it's people that come in extremely angry just looking for reasons to be upset. Well, I guess that kind of is what a K-word is, but when full-grown men do it, it's kind of different, I'm not gonna lie. And the only thing I can utter out of my mouth when that happens is, Daddy, chill. Alright, pretend like I didn't say that. But the other day, I had someone come in and they gave me such chill. Different, I'm not gonna lie. And the only thing I can utter out of my mouth when that happens is, Daddy, chill. Alright, pretend like I didn't say that. But the other day, I had somebody come in and they gave me such an attitude. Oh my god. I was literally just making their sandwich for them as I usually do. And you know, you could kind of tell when somebody's getting ticked off while you're making their sub. And I kept literally asking him, like, am I doing something wrong? Because his facial expression would literally just be anger while I was making the man's sandwich. I mean, how can you be angry while I'm making your Subway sandwich? That makes no sense to me. And when he finally said something, he ended up telling me that we don't put enough cheese and we're very skimpy on the cheese.
What
And I was like, oh,
Rise?
do you want some extra cheese? It's like 30 cents more. And he was like, wow, you gotta charge extra for that much cheese. And I go, wow, you're calling me skimpy, but you don't want to pay 30 cents? You know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of snapped back at that guy. I tend to do that when I don't think people are in the right. I guess that's a bad habit, maybe I should stop, but sometimes you just have to let people know, you know? And actually, a few years ago, I had this incredible story. I mean, it wasn't incredible, but like, looking back on it now, I think it was pretty funny. One of my coworkers was making this man's sandwich, and the man ordered a steak sandwich, and out of nowhere, they literally just started to have a screaming fight. These were two full-grown men screaming over a sandwich, and I literally interrupted and was like, guys, we're yelling over a sandwich. What are we doing? And I think that moment of realization kind of hit both of them, and they both kind of just stayed quiet the rest of the time that they were there. I mean, like, how could you just start yelling over a Subway
where it's like the
sandwich?
most
There are certain things
videos,
in life that you could be mad about, you
we're
know? Maybe you
close
missed
to
your
being
flight. Maybe you got a bad
a little
grade on
bit
a
done.
test. Maybe you got a very bad medical
It's
report
like
from your
right now,
doctor.
it's like
But a Subway
3-year
sandwich?
mark. It's
How are you gonna
just
yell over a
insane.
Subway
We've been doing
sandwich?
this for the
And my
past
last story of the
3.5
day, yo,
hours.
this is a 3-for-1. Isn't that kind of
So
impressive?
it's
You gotta
insane.
like this video if you think that's impressive. Thank you. But my last story is gonna be about, oh my god, this man was just, he was on a
Like,
mission. You know, I made a whole video about meat at
we're
Subway
over-
and how some people don't
probably
think there's
over
enough meat on the
40
sub. So
we're
when this
definitely
man
over 40
walked into
videos
the
in
store
this
and
far.
ordered an Italian BMT, which is one of the sandwiches
check
with the
after this
most
video.
meat on it, and he started complaining that I didn't put enough
we're-
meat on the
oh yeah,
sub.
we're
I
almost
mean,
done with this one.
bro, you're literally getting the sandwich with the most meat on it in the store, and if you want to get
We started
like,
in
extra
like
meat, it's
7:30 and we're
$1.50.
almost
So I
at
had
11
a man
o'clock.
literally walk
I'm
out while I
dying
was
right
making
now, it
his
feels
Italian
like.
BMT and not come back. I knew he wasn't going to come back because he was complaining about the meat, and then he said, oh, I left my wallet in the car. And when he turned around, I saw the wallet thing. Yo, don't call me sus now. I wasn't looking at his butt or anything. But his wallet was hanging out of his back pocket. Like, come on now. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. We've been closing the gap recently about...
How many have we watched? 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 20, 24, 30, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. 48, 52. We're at 52. Oh my gosh, bro. And yet we... Chat, I don't know if we'll be able to finish this tonight. There's no way. We're 52 videos in, and yet we're at 3 hours. I mean, to be fair, we've... Okay. Yeah, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. We're gonna have to switch this into 2 different streams. Okay, we're gonna go. What time is it? We're gonna go till 11:10 because I don't want to use my entire night watching Subway videos.
Question,
about
has
2 or
anyone
3
ever
video-
run out
like 3 or
without
4
paying?
videos.
Oh boy, we're starting off hot. So people have definitely tried doing this in the past. I had a guy that came in, I made a sandwich, and then he was like, oh, let me run to the car real quick to grab my wallet. And he grabbed his sandwich and tried taking it with him on his way out, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Sir, leave the sandwich, come back in. And once I did that, he kind of realized that, okay, I can't pull a fast one on this man. So he went out to his car, grabbed his wallet, and then came back in and actually paid, and I was kind of surprised. I thought he was just gonna walk out. But I've also had people who would try grabbing a drink on their way out, and I would have to be like, no, 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 you didn't pay for that, dude. You got to come back. Or something like a bag of chips too. And it's always really frustrating. And once I actually had to run out and hunt a person down. They literally walked out without paying for anything. And I realized, I was like, wait a second, did that person just not pay? So I literally ran down the street and was like, yo, you forgot to give me your $9.79. And I mean, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I mean, a bag of chips is what, $1? And cookies are free, you already know that. But it's more about the principle. Next question. Has anyone ever asked why you have your phone around your neck while making a sandwich? Ah, yes. I think I've talked about this once before, but in the beginning, this happened to me so much. Also, my phone doesn't hang around my neck. That would be extremely uncomfortable. Shout out to Dylan. But rather, I have it around my chest on this little harness doohickey, and it sits very comfortably around my chest, I must say. But it makes everyone think I'm really short. But yes, in the beginning, customers would always come in and ask me why I'm filming myself making a sandwich. I mean, that probably looks like the most ridiculous thing ever. Literally just filming myself making a Subway sandwich. I mean, like, what? And in the beginning, I would tell them it was for training videos because low-key, I was going to use it for training videos. These videos are a great way to learn how to work at Subway. But eventually, I got comfortable enough and I told everybody how I make TikTok and YouTube videos. And now it's literally just a given when people come into my store. They know that I just wear my camera around and I'm kind of trying to film everything for content. And people love it. Literally, most of my customers are now from these videos and they watch my content and I love every single one of them so dearly. And the last question for the day, what is the most weird combination of meat, veggies, and sauces anyone has ever asked you to make? Okay, by far, it's gotta be this man. Some person came into my store and asked me to put every single vegetable onto the sandwich, and then he wanted no meat originally, and then he told me to put 5 different sauces onto it. I'm pretty sure it was like sweet onion, chipotle southwest, mayo, mustard, and ranch. And I was like, okay. And then before I closed up the sandwich, and this thing was a monstrosity to close up, let me tell you. I didn't even know how I was gonna close it up at first. And then he told me to put meatballs on. The balls of meat. And I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? Honestly, it was definitely one of the hardest sandwiches I've ever made. And I've made more complex sandwiches before, but usually those would be for videos. Like the all sauce sandwich or the everything sandwich. That thing's a classic. But there's also been plenty of other customers that have gotten, well, monstrosities to say the least. Tuna and meatballs. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you enjoyed this format and ask me more questions in the comments.
That's just bad. So we're gonna have to switch this into 2 different streams because I'm not going past 11:10. I want to have at least a night, and I usually go to bed around midnight.
Alright, boys and girls, we got another video going, but before we start, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I think like 78% of you guys aren't. Please click that red subscribe button. We're closing the gap real narrow. Alright, let's go. Has anyone accidentally paid more than required? This actually happens much more than you would think it does. The total of something will be like 17 or 18 bucks, and someone will hand me something like $23. The most random thing ever. And I'll always be like, yo, you handed me a little bit extra. And usually
just buy something in general
my bad.
with cash.
Sometimes they're like, no, I meant to do that on purpose. And they give me an incredible tip. It's the craziest thing. But one time in particular, when I first started working at Subway, someone handed me $200 by accident as I was ringing up like a $7 order. And I was just like, I was thinking in my head for a second, like, did he mean to do this? There's no way he meant to do this, because he started walking out as he was doing it. And I think he meant to give me one $10 bill and he was just rushing. So I was like, yo, you gave me way too much. You gave me way too much, man. He's like, no, just keep the change. You know, it's a tip. And I go, no, bro, you gave me $200. And his face was just like, oh no. I kind of felt bad in that moment because like there was other people watching, and I guess they must have thought that I was getting a $200 tip. So he did the walk back to the counter. He's like, yo, my bad, man. I really need that money back. I was like, dude, don't even worry about it. So I just gave him the change back. He still gave me like a $5 tip. Pretty nice, if you ask me. Perfect segue. Keep the change, sir. This is only $1. Your total is $6.50. Dude, I cannot tell you how many times this happens at Subway. Someone will give me like $10 and they'll be like, yo, you can just keep it, and start walking out. And I'll be like, yo, wait, what? Your total was like 13 bucks. And they'll be like, oh, it's like the most embarrassing thing, I swear. And that's literally happened to me before. I'm not gonna cap. I've been at like another place and I've been like, okay, yeah, you can keep the change, and then start walking out. Cause like, you don't need that receipt. You know what I'm talking about. You're not gonna return the sandwich. And they're like, wait. This isn't enough. And I go, oh my God, I feel so bad. But this one time in particular now, a lady gave me like $10, and it was like a, you know, it was literally a big bill. And I guess she must have thought that she gave me a $50 bill. And she started telling me, I didn't give you $10. And this has happened to my coworkers so many times too. They claimed they gave you a bigger bill than they actually did. And I literally had to go back to the camera and have her wait there for like a few minutes just to prove to her that it wasn't the case. And then it's always so embarrassing afterwards. I mean, like, nobody's in the wrong there, I guess. But you know, it just gets annoying for both people. And our next one, Malad, what's your recommendation for for people who have never been to Subway before. I get asked this question so many times, and I cannot believe the number of people that watch my videos that have never been to Subway before. Isn't it kind of insane how, like, I'm drawing so much attention to Subway? People that literally have never even heard about Subway are watching my videos, which is just nuts to me. But for your first time going to Subway, I recommend one of 3 different things. If you're a guy that likes a little flavor in your sandwich, you know, you like the classics, go with the Italian BMT. That sandwich gives you a little bit of everything, but if you can't eat pork, I have to tell you that sandwich has pork on it. If you want something extremely simple for your first time, to go with that turkey and cheese sub. You know, that sub is like Old Reliable, and that's literally one of my favorite subs. It's healthy, it's quick, and you know, it's very nice, very nice. And if you want something hot, you gotta go with either the steak or chicken bacon ranch. You know, I said 3 recommendations, but it's really 4. It really depends on whether or not you like chicken or if you like steak. Once again, if you can't eat pork, don't go with the chicken bacon ranch. But those are the classics at Subway. And out of all of those, if you just need one to go with, I pick the BMT every time, because you can never really go wrong with an Italian BMT, if I'm being honest. So guys, if that button down below that says subscribe is red, please click it. Let's close that gap up. Be sure to turn on post notifications. I love you guys from the bottom of my Hello, you beautiful human being. Before we start today's video, please, if you're not subscribed already, please hit that red button. We're closing the gap. It used to be 80% of people who watch the videos weren't subscribed, and now it's only 75%. Let's close the gap. Hey, Milad, have you ever dropped a sandwich and felt really bad? Yes, this has happened to me a number of times, actually. Especially when I first started working at Subway. It literally felt like I couldn't catch a break. I would be making people sandwiches, sometimes 2 at a time, sometimes 3 at a time, and I would just drop one in the middle of taking it over to the toaster oven. And it's the worst feeling, because the customer would be pretty upset, I would be pretty upset, and rightfully so. And not only have I dropped sandwiches, but most of you guys know I've dropped containers of food as well. Those really hit the heart deep. It's as if everything's going right in my shift, and then out of nowhere I knock something over, and then boom, I got a mess to clean and like $30 worth of product on the floor. Our next question is, did you get hurt? What is on your hand, Milad? So I'll put a short out about this soon, but I cut myself by making my sandwich. You know, this is what I always talk about. The knives at Subway are really sharp, and all of you guys always warn me in the comments about the bread. Like, when I'm cutting the bread, I'm usually cutting it towards myself, so if the knife slips through, it usually cuts my arm. And yo, it was kind of close to a vein this time when it cut. Kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm okay, I'll be okay. It's just a little nick. In the future, I gotta be more careful with, you know, cutting bread, and especially towards myself. But hey, it could be worse. Could have cut my hand in the tomato cutter, right? Another one. Did you graduate from Subway U? In case you guys don't know what Subway U is, Subway has its own entire university. No cap, it has a university where you go and you learn how to make sandwiches, and you basically learn everything new going on. They have it on the App Store. They have a website for it. It's called Subway U. And yes, I did pass Subway U, and I'm not gonna lie, it took me some time. If you ever become a sandwich artist at Subway, they make you take these courses online, and yo, I'm not gonna lie, it takes a few hours. Like, it's some pretty serious stuff, and they teach you from the ground up how to make a Subway sandwich. It's pretty cool and a pretty unique idea. And every time my parents say, oh, you need to go to college, I always say the same thing. Mom and Dad, I'm a college graduate. I went to Subway University. It's better than Harvard, it's better than Yale, it's better than Oxford. This is the best university on earth because it teaches me how to make delicious sandwiches. And I actually have to have all my coworkers do it too, and they find it just as funny as me. And a little bonus story, I've had a bunch of packages coming to the store recently, so I might start opening a P.O. box, or I could just, you know, have people send them to the store and open them up. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope your day is going really, really well. Like the video, please, if you enjoyed and made it to this point. If
I don't wanna have to go out of order, but I might have to. We can watch one more, but we're gonna have to go out of. We're not watching this ASMR ones. We'll watch this one tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. But no,
he has.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and watch this one.
Boys and girls, the mother of all Karens returned to my store. About a week ago, some lady came back into my store, and at first, I didn't recognize her. Oh, who am I kidding? I knew
Because,
exactly who it was
had
the
this
second
one.
she
I was
walked
hoping
into
we'd
the
see this
store.
one before.
And I was
the end
training
of the
somebody
stream.
that's new to the job, and he was like, yo, can you take care of this lady for me? I just get a bad vibe. And I was like, nope, you're gonna take care of her. Sorry, Will. So he started making the sandwiches, and as I come out, I realized she was ordering 3 sandwiches again. And if you've seen that other video about her, well, you know exactly what to expect. So I made it very clear everything that she's buying is extra. She's like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. And then she asked me, does somebody named Milad work here? And I go, why, yes, that's me. And in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, she 100% saw the video and knew it was her. And then she told me, my daughter loves your video. She's a really big fan. I was like, oh, that's so cool. What's your daughter's name? And she told me the daughter's name. And then she proceeds to take out her phone, start FaceTiming the daughter, and start like taking pictures of me all while we're making the sandwiches, which is okay. That's okay. But usually, like, you might want to ask before you do that stuff, you know? Something like, can you talk to my daughter, or can I take a picture with you? You know, it's pretty good common courtesy. So I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, I just want to make these sandwiches and get out of here. So we start making the sandwiches, you know, everything's going fine. I mean, this time she's not complaining, because I'm assuming she saw the videos before, or maybe she didn't. And so at the end of it, when we're going to ring her up, she goes, I heard you got a free cookie. And yo, this has never happened to me before. Every single time I will be the one to offer a free cookie. If you're asking me for a free cookie, you know, I'll give it to you, but like, dude, that's not nice. That's rude. Like, I don't know if that's obvious, but like, yeah, you shouldn't ask for free stuff. So in my mind, I'm like, are you serious right now? I'm like, yeah, I can give you a free cookie. You want a free cookie? And she goes, well, if you give me one, you got to give me and my daughter one. And I'm like, what? And she's like, I'm like, okay, I'll give you two free cookies, like whatever. And she's like, oh, if you're giving my daughter one, you give me my son one. And I really didn't feel like arguing with this woman. I was like on the verge of just saying, okay, you know what? None of you get free cookies now. Because like, in my mind, I'm like, what kind of a person asks for this kind of thing? Like, how are you going to ask for 3 free cookies when you shouldn't even be getting one? This is the same lady from that video. I'm not even kidding. This is the same exact lady that I was talking about in that exact video. So I was like, you know what? Fine. I gave the cookies up, and I just went straight to the back, and she started calling me again. She's like, wait, can we take one more picture for my daughter? And I'm like, you know, it's for the daughter. Like, I can't do anything. But, like, if you're watching right now, I'm sure you're watching. Your mother is a Karen. I'm sorry. I know I said I wouldn't use that word, but, like, it's only reserved for special cases. So, yeah, after that, she left the store, and I was like, oh, my God, I never want to deal with this woman again. Dude, 3
I'm
free
dying
cookies?
right now. I need this
not,
stuff.
like, if you're nice to me, that's okay. But, like, how are you going to ask for that? And, like, expect it, you know? Anyways, that's it for today's
I'm
video.
dying.
Thank you guys all for watching. Have a beautiful,
Alright.
blessed day, and remember, eat fresh.
So, hold on, like 2 seconds. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and end it here because I'm tired. I want to have a night that well, how about we just do that? Yeah. Let's just go back here to this. Let me just. We'll do that. I am tired. I want to do a little bit more with my night than just, well, watch Milad Merg videos. So I'm going to continue this to tomorrow. We're going to stream that. And because I was going to start this at like 6 o'clock, and then, well, dinner hit, and I couldn't really do anything past that. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and end this here. Thank you guys, to everyone who watched, thank you. And to anyone who didn't watch, have fun rewatching this, because this is going to take entirely too long for you, even though people... How many people have... Hold on, let me look at some of my most viewed streams. And... What? Hold on. It says... Okay. So if we look at my most viewed... one of my most viewed videos or streams, 3 hours long, and it has 130 views, and that is currently my second most viewed stream. My most viewed stream is Race Rama with Ace, praise the Lord, at 203, and that was an hour and 18 minutes. We're at 3 hours and 46 minutes on this. Yeah, I'm dying. I really am. So what we're going to do here, we're gonna end it. We're gonna come back tomorrow for this. Have a great night, guys.